Sorry for keeping everybody waiting. I decided to get 3 hours sleep after being awake for over 40, and of course I decided to do that right before I went live today. So I took 3.5 hours. My lazy ass couldn't get out of bed. How's everyone doing? Yeah. Let's open up Guns of Glory. Oh, hold on. Got other monitors that got to be turned on here. I can't find my cursors. That's that chat box. I got nothing on. Well, I just started. Okay, so I got my multi-stream. Refresh the chat because not showing me anybody in that chat room. We can see. Oh, there we go. I should raid Shadow Legends. You're talking about raiding, and it's not even a YouTube thing. It's a Twitch thing. You're on YouTube. Why would I raid a game I don't even play? I can't even bring the people from YouTube to the raid on Twitch. It doesn't work that way. If it does, I don't know how to make it work that way. To be honest, it just may be ignorance on my part. What I should be at, okay, I can see my voice going up and down, so that everybody can hear me, I'm assuming. All right, hold on. What kingdom am I in? I'm in all kingdoms. Just ask somebody. No matter where I'm at, somebody's been playing with me. All you got to do is ask them. Like, oh yeah, I know GunMuse. He plays in my other kingdom. Doesn't matter what that other kingdom is. That's where I'm at. People play it on here on YouTube. What? You're in Kingdom 584. Yeah, I might be there. I might be holding that place hostage. Actually, that place is being held hostage by itself and somehow allowing itself to be. That's the disturbing part of that. I don't know how they're allowing themselves to be held hostage. I don't know if you heard what's going on there or not there, Creed.
Yeah, you still C26.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I just popped it up to C26. I was holding hostage with the C23.
I did have a little catch up on your videos.
Oh yeah, it was funny. It was all mouth, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna park the castle here because I knew I was gonna pop it up to C26 next day. I went as soon as that castle went gold, that kingdom went silent. No R5 would allow anybody to speak in 𝗙𝗍. And I'm like, really? There's that much totalitarian control. Okay, so I got you in my headset now. Can you guys hear Creed in the headset? Hearing me is one thing. Hearing her is another. Because I don't know how loud to set that for the live one.
Yeah, when I listened back to the last one, it was like nearly inaudible. I was like, shit, I need to change my headset. So I'm on a different headset now. Hopefully,
well, I don't know if that's you. That's the problem. I mean, I control
maybe
some of this.
Let me see.
Well, I'll tell you what was the last time I had like white noise that was coming off the headsets. And what I learned was I need to set the filters up on every single soundput mic that I have, even if I'm not using it, or I get the white noise background. Man, it's not hard to build a new castle. That's kind of what we're going to do today.
that better?
Well, you might be over amplifying. She's good and loud. Was it?
Good.
There we go. There we go. It's clear. It's clear on my end. I mean, I can always hear it. It's a question whether or not. That's the problem when we do all these things. Is I've got so many layers of Well, look at that. There's a problem. How about Alt? Oh, not what I want. Not what I want. What? It's ignoring my Alt. Absolutely ignoring me. Well, I know the keyboard's working.
I find BlueStacks really, really slow.
It's processor intensive. It's as fast as my phone is.
Really?
Yeah, it's the
Oh, mine lags to hell. I get on much better with Nox.
I had people tell me about Nox. I went and downloaded it. I installed it one time, and I couldn't get the store emulators to work properly on Nox. Matter of fact,
Oh, okay.
it was Amazon that I was having a problem with.
Good old Amazon.
How's that going for you?
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah. Don't want. They're trying to do to me here. Fine. I'll just that. How's that? That'll fix that problem. Not the way I should fix that problem, but that'll fix that problem. Okay.
You vanished into the abyss like a phantom.
Oh, well, the for some reason I was seeing above my green screen.
There you are.
Yeah. And I was trying to just hold the Alt key and shrink the box I was in so that it cut the top of the green screen off. But that wasn't working.
This new setup that you've got going.
Yeah,
Good.
it just
Fancy.
the what?
Fancy.
Oh, it's not that hard. I do know that sitting down and going through I use 4 audio filters now, and that makes a big difference. I don't care how good your microphones are if you can't get away with not using filters. And I would have never thought I had to use a compressor. Because my voice is so deep anyway. But if you don't use a compressor, you get this looping noise that goes on there that's just forever. This microphone is one of these new. It's a chip instead of a metal plate like an old microphone would be.
Oh, cool.
The chip itself senses the vibration. It's not much different than when my wife was buying her first digital camera, which is around here somewhere. We're still using that thing. We got one of the Nikon D80s, and she's learning about digital. It's like there's a chip that just reads light. That's all it does. There's a chip in the back of the camera, and all it does is it reads light. And there were 2 different kinds of chips that read light. And one was in a Nikon D80, and some other company had one, and she did like 4 months worth of research before she decided this is the digital camera we're going to use. And I think we paid something like $3,200, $3,300 for them. Now you can find those Nikon D80s on eBay for like $80.
Yeah, you can. But they're good. It was worth it at the time.
It still is. It to this day. Matter of fact, we had one and it quit working. And I went and bought a second one for $80 off of eBay because we got all these, the none of the lenses quit working. But even at 14 megapixels, and everybody talking about the bells and whistles of how great everything else is, as nice of a picture as my phone takes, and when it talks about megapixels and everything else, nothing's beating that Nikon that I've got still. And the reason they're all over eBay for sale is professional photographers who travel around have a Nikon D80 in their bag as a backup camera. And then finally, whatever camera they use as their primary camera, when they replace it, they'll retire the D80 backup camera that they had. But in my opinion, that's still a good primary camera for pennies on the dollar. Yeah. Spend money. See, there's that's not true. You spend money, you get a C26 fast. That is not true. That is the answer that has held this game back. There's a couple things holding back this game, and I guarantee you this is the same thing. I'm going to bring you some experience here, guys. What's up with Creep? Is Creep just not?
I got to see 22 in like a week, not spending any money, so it's definitely achievable.
Everybody just watched me hold up at C23 for like 2.5, 3 weeks. And I zoomed to C23 real quickly. I didn't spend any money to get to there. And then I just held up there. And one of the reasons is there's places where you hold up. You hold up at C16, you hold up at C22, and you hold up at C26. I'm held up at C26 right now. And that's where you play your catch up. Everything else is outside of Shiny Shell. I think somebody finally beat me on the wolf this week. Of course, I put a video out on how to beat me on the wolf. You'd have to be the dumbest person on the planet to not realize that that's how you do it. I mean, so I doubled. Now, I got 4 hits that didn't count. I found a glitch. I was so close to the wolf that I would hit, and I wouldn't see my airship graphic. And pull that down. I need. I wouldn't see my airship graphic, and I got 4 hits that didn't count. I should have been right around 112 million, not 78 million. And when it didn't, it just, I was clicking too fast. I was in a hurry, and the game didn't count 4 of my hits. But it did send 4 of my hits. It just didn't count.
That's frustrating.
I should have known better when I didn't see the graphic on the first one. I should have slowed down and double checked. And I did. So, what are you going to do?
Airshipless hits, not great.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, they weren't even, there was nothing.
It just didn't register them full stop.
Yeah, I clicked. It didn't even say going or returning, none of that stuff. But it just counted the hit away because I was still, I think what it was is I only had enough troops in the castle for 1 march, and I was sending, it let me send a 0 march. See if I can get my cough through it. What's BS? What do we got going on there?
You were saying in your video that, like, with the wolf hits, that you noticed that there was about a 4 million power fluctuation between each hit because of the guards.
About 10%.
And I was having a look at mine as well, yeah, and mine's the same, so I think that's, like, across the board.
I took over Marshall's, he's got 2 C40s. I took over his little farm one. It's a top 10 in their kingdom now. Only took me like 7 minutes to adjust his freaking march and take him up from like top 50 to top 10.
Nice. I'm glad.
And then we turned around and corrected his main, and he wound up number 3, right, Marshall? And then, honestly, he could have been number 2, but we were testing, so he was arguing with me about how to do it. Had to try a couple times his way.
Yeah,
gotta try your way. Not that I've ever done this before. I got an entire kingdom doing that, right, guys? Over 584, you guys all got to try it your way. I have never seen a kingdom ever. What do I know? Yeah, I don't know why this stuff won't work. Yeah. What we have is leftovers from the days of these new kingdoms spawn up, and these little trash players that can't get any traction in their own kingdoms would jump to the new kingdoms, and all these new players don't know any better. It's like, oh, I'm from Kingdom 2 and KOA, and man, it's just like the same script rolling over and over in KC. Like, oh, I've been playing this, and you don't know squat, blah blah blah. The oh, did you're in third student got pushed? Oh, just well, the it was Trash Mart, and I didn't buff him. I forgot to buff that castle too. The yeah, so I could have thrown another 70,000-80,000 troops at it. I just didn't do it. The I everybody thinks I try real hard on this wolf stuff, and I don't. I mean, I put big numbers up in there, but the all I really do is just throw a number up there. Because looky here, guys. Let me go in here. Leaderboard. Look, this is what I teach people to do. All right. I'm number 15 in the kingdom, 14 in the kingdom. That's where I've been. You can go back through any video where I've ever opened up this board, and I'm somewhere around number 10 to number 15. I rarely crate the top 10. There's no need to. These boards don't mean squat. I don't give a damn if 𝗙𝗎 is 900 million power right now. I will still dance around that castle. Because you can't hit what you can't catch. And right now, that person is just absolutely just throwing a fit. Oh my God. I told everybody how uber I was. What this kingdom did was perpetuate a fraud on new players. And they didn't realize I was in the crowd of people they were lying to, because I was underneath the false name of my castle. And then when the number one kingdom said, they were, oh man, they put out that, I had that video where they like, my word is law. And I'm like, oh, I am not sticking around to this dictator bullshit. I'll be back here shortly with a damn fire starting kit. But in the middle, I didn't tell them that. But that was like, yeah, I can tell you right now who's going to get their fire starting kit going on them. That's if ever you deserved it, tell everybody how you're going to tell them how to play the game when they log online, as if they didn't pay to play. I didn't even come into this kingdom for that. I was just hiding and run some test hits on guards. And I was sitting there going, you know what? I do need live castles for some test hits, and I needed some stuff coming in. So, and any time they killed the march, they'd run the KC. It's like, oh, I got him. I'm like, they have no clue. They're like, yeah, I don't know why I let that march land. It was like playing in slow motion. They had no skill set. But they think they do. Yeah, and they think they're coiners, but they're just not. And I think this is where we're going to be going with a lot of these kingdoms. Like now I started the Kingdom 600 project, but I don't think we're going to be waiting to Kingdom 600. The spawn rate is 1/4 of what when I thought of the Kingdom 600 was 3-4 weeks ago. We should have been at 595 right now, and be waiting for 596 and 97 to open on Tuesday. Normally. So I should have only had to wait 2 more weeks from tonight for 600 to start up. We would have started right somewhere around October 1st. Right now, at this rate, Kingdom 600 is going to be somewhere around freaking into December. So we're not going to wait that long. So that.
Why is it slowed down, do you think?
Honestly, because kids turned around and started telling other kids, they walk in here and they literally go anywhere that there's talking about it, and they trash talk, because that's all they know is trash. They don't know anything positive or productive. All they know is how to tear things down. It's the easiest thing to do. You can be the biggest know nothing and spread. You can spread ignorance, but you can't spread knowledge if you don't have any. So they don't know anything. They're not powerful enough. They're stuck around this genre of this thing, and they want to spread their ignorance as if they are so knowledgeable that they know enough to avoid it. And I want to bring everybody's attention to Guns of Glory's new promotion, the Glory Ambassador. To celebrate the 3rd anniversary, we are holding an ambassador contest event. By holding this event, do you want to communicate with the studio directly? I do communicate with the studio directly, by the way, and I know lots of foul words in Chinese. Do you want to get an exclusive information? Do you want to earn $20,000? Seize the chance and you could be the Guns of Glory ambassador. Literally, guys, this is a contest where they're offering you $20,000 to knock me off YouTube because I told them to go shove it up their ass when they offered me $50. And they went and pulled their marketing team out again. Every time they get disgruntled, they throw a tantrum like a bunch of children. I cannot help it if a company does not understand marketing. I've been doing this.
$20,000 is very extravagant for them. I mean, usually we're lucky to get 10 gold.
Yeah, right. I have a feeling this is right. That I was like, so that's not 20 grand. That's 60 grand times 3 people. So yeah, suddenly, hold on. Suddenly they got. Hold on, I'm gonna actually. I got to. Got a year-old post in the info tabs. Troop training upgrade.
A lot of stuff that needs updating for sure.
Okay, guys, the first time that we started, I started fighting with them pretty vocally, was when they put this I button up here. All right. They asked me to come in there and write articles, the very articles you see in there, and they went and said, well, we'll take some of your articles and we'll put them in there and we'll give you your name credit, because they tell you who wrote them in there, but they don't link anything. And I said, well, guys, it's not worth it without linking. People don't copy paste. People don't. I mean, and at the end of the day, I hate to tell Guns of Glory, the number 2 keyword searching for Guns of Glory is GunMuse. That's the number 2 word used when in conjunction with Guns of Glory. I was telling Creed, gossip's actually on the radar now. Because I pay attention every week. I'm running a keyword analysis of what's going on, so I can see what's trending. So I know what you guys are talking about, even if you guys don't know what you're talking about. And gossip was one of those things trending.
Everyone loves a bit of gossip.
Oh yeah.
Especially when everybody's sat at home with no job.
Well, and that was where like I said, it was a keyword that wasn't attached to Guns of Glory until we started mentioning you, and we started mentioning the chat. The second time I mentioned it in video, and I actually used the word gossip in there, because every word that we're saying right now gets transcribed by Google. Gets written down. There's a transcription in the back of there. What is said and transcribed back there is more important than what goes on in the video. Because Google to this day cannot do anything with a video. They've got to do it with written word. So until it's transcribed and put into a written word, it doesn't mean squat. And to that end, I got all kinds of people on here. I'm sure that's off on another screen. Got all kinds of people that are asking for me to put transcriptions in other languages up. Guys, it is a humongous task to put.
It's absolutely ginormous.
But I got it. But the all it takes is one person in your language to transcribe. So let's say you have an alliance that speaks Polish, right? I think that's like my 6th or 7th biggest language. There we go. Copy. The little tab you got pulling down here. Okay, subtitles editor. Look at that. This is a website that I talked to the owner of the website, and I just said, Bubba, you don't even ask me to pay you for anything. It's free. He's running ads in very annoying places. There's a way to do that. I run an ad-driven website where I don't ask any. Rogers Raiders doesn't ask for any money, and we count on ads, but you don't put ads down people's throats the way that he did. That's a good way to make people not come back. That's a good question on the if we're not going to do 600, which one am I going to do? I don't freaking know. 600 was a nice round number. I am trying to figure out how to talk in my own damn chat box. Well, here's the thing. I was supposed to be. I set my alarm for about an hour and a half where this starts, and I have been plaguing hell with my phone. My phone would not accept incoming phone calls. I could call people, I could call anybody, but it wouldn't accept an incoming phone call for almost 5 weeks. They had to hard reset the firmware in my phone, reset the software in my phone, then shut my phone down while they reset the tower in the town to get it to where I can make an outgoing phone call. And if that sounds extreme, it happens every election year. The 594. Man, I was looking for something. You got to remember one thing. Whatever kingdom it is that I choose, I gotta say those numbers over and over and over again for the next 6 months. So it's got to sound cool.
It's definitely sound cool.
It's got to sound cool, right? It's and then I want to encourage all the influencers. See, right now 590 is the new kingdom as of today. I don't know if I want to wait 2 weeks to see if 592. I could get behind 592. That's got a nice pop to it when you say
nice
it.
Ring to it.
Yeah, it's about what it sounds silly, but I mean that you're gonna have to say it over and over and over again. If there's harsh, like if there's harsh sounding tones, I mean, believe it or not, people react to that. We were discussing that when I did 533 was not some random choice when I picked 533. It was random to the people that were there because I didn't tell anybody I was going to do it. Game settings. That tells me. Oh no, it says I got 27 viewers. One box says I got 27 viewers. The other box says I got frickin' 2.
That's not even close to each other.
Those numbers are not even close to each other.
Mine says you have 27, if that helps.
Yeah, see, well, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know what my Twitch is doing. That's something, I guess. Okay, so everybody that's on here right now, guys, this is also going, and this, you want to know where the $20,000 came from? It came after I built this. Spell it right. There we go. Guns Glory thinks they own Facebook because they promote everything on Facebook, promote everything through Facebook. And I think we popped up like, normally you build a page and you'd be lucky to get 2 or 3 likes in a week when you first build them. And I think Go here. We got that. Okay, so there's now I don't know, what are we up to? I bet you I broke 100 followers. Everybody can see my stats now. 2,400 people swing through there. 217 actually hit like or something. With a post of some kind, and then 87 hit like on the page. The thing I hate about Facebook is I should open up all these comments that are coming in my inbox. Not that they're saying nasty things, but people are asking for personalized help. And for some reason, Facebook thinks it's helping me by letting people directly ask, letting the 20,000 people just talk to me directly. They're just trying to build their content platform.
Yeah, it's not an easy task trying to reply back to 20,000 people.
Well, and what's worse is they let them use Messenger and all them live communications and like, oh, hey, he's online right now. And so I get Messenger coming in there. That's insane. And then they also don't make it easy. Well, I'll pull it open because there's nothing hidden there. Okay, so we got some specialized groups that I'm in on Messenger that's got nothing to do with this. So I can't just turn around in here and go show you guys what's going on, notification, things like that, because you don't even know what the USS Ogden is. When I'm in those groups, only I know those people. I've known those people for 25 years. Learn how to create more engaging posts, and plus they're spamming me with stuff like how to get more people to engage with posts. What do I care? Either you want to watch it on freaking YouTube or you don't. I mean, on Facebook or you don't. I'm just giving the option
Facebook
now.
Definitely spies on you, though. You can have a conversation with somebody, and literally seconds afterwards, you'll have adverts for it.
Right. Oh well, Google does that too.
Oh yeah, they're definitely for sure.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that Google is the driving force behind, like, if you have an iPhone, Siri is powered by Google.
Yeah, of course.
And it's Google is getting there's and it's not as good as everybody's claiming it's going to be. So there's my live. I guess that's the live going on right now. I'm seeing myself down the rabbit hole on Facebook Live. And then this is the one that takes me down a really big rabbit hole. And that's Twitch. And that's Twitch. And that's Twitch. But I think, nope, look at there. That's Twitch. But I think, nope, look at there. That's Twitch. And mute that website. Okay. There's the Twitch rabbit hole. So that's something I gotta. Now Twitch, everybody goes, oh my gosh, you gotta be on Twitch. Let me tell you the true story behind Twitch and Guns of Glory, guys. There are less than 500 people on that entire platform for Guns of Glory. There's not a market to go get inside this game for Twitch. Everybody that's an expert in how I should be doing my job keeps telling me that I should be on Twitch, because Twitch is mostly PC games, which we do over at Rogers Raiders. So I needed to be on Twitch over there. So the 500 followers that I picked up in this last week that I just launched Twitch have got nothing to do with Guns of Glory. There is, what is this? There's 2 people in Twitch right now. Okay.
I've avoided it thus far. It can be quite a toxic environment.
What, Twitch?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything toxic yet.
It gets a lot of bad press.
Well, it's China. I'll tell you where I'm going to give Twitch. It's China. They install your stuff for your game. So people who turn around and put Twitch on there to install their apps and their plugins and stuff for their games, you've literally given a Chinese gold farming company, people who made billions of dollars back in the day with this goes back to World of Warcraft stuff, because they really took control over that. They gave them. Oh yeah, so it's everybody goes, oh, you got a Twitch, you got a Twitch, you got a Twitch. I'm like, guys, it's there. You don't have to give them access to your computer. Okay, hey, that's what you don't have to do. The profile image you can take. See, and it's in the middle of. If it knows that I'm going live, why would you put pop-ups on my screen? I don't. That's the thing I don't understand. Is like, you know I'm live.
That's why it's doing it. It's a little bit of subliminal messaging.
Yeah, it's all right. So 590. Let's go there. All right. So I should have talked to him. Wait a minute. Comment. YouTube. Of course, I'm all coffee today. Yeah, my cough's been bad. There's that. And then HTTPS twitch.tv/GunMuse. That. So no matter which platform you're watching, you got links. What video you got coming out? You got?
I've got one coming out tomorrow. I've been collecting up all the glitches and stuff for a couple of months now, and I've basically compiled a video together with them.
That's been in the back of my mind to do that, and I just never seem to get it written down. I did a bunch at the end of a video the other day when we were talking about guards, of the little things that we saw with the guards, like the 𝗙𝘂𝗔𝗏. You couldn't put them in, but that's fixed. I think that's working again.
Yeah,
as soon. I tell everybody, as soon as I put that freaking stuff on freaking video, man. Look at there, Moose works just fine now. I didn't have to fix nothing.
Well, I'm hoping by highlighting them, they might fix them.
It's only me
playing them at their own game now.
See, and I've never seen what was it? Paper Matthew. He had all these graphics. I've never seen those graphic glitches. If they had, I'd have mentioned those things out, but I've never seen them. So
I get so many on a daily basis. Like, yeah, my alliance has much just provided me with screenshots unknowingly for the last couple of months.
I didn't know. I've never had those green. I've never had those types of. I had the glitch that I've had here lately was like you'll see on a video where I'm scrolling around like this. Well, right now this is smooth in my picture, but it was on film. It was shutter. I'm like, and my previews don't look shuttered. I mean, it doesn't look shuttered in the lives. I don't know why the recording looks shuttered. Why am I so bleached out? Scenes, no. I'm black and white. What the hell?
Oh, you still look like you're normal. I'm gonna refresh. You're lagging a bit on mine.
I'm in black and white. See, I was supposed to be out here an hour ago.
Gangster.
I don't know what's up with that. Done. It's happening in the filter somewhere. Filters.
I just tried to click the cross on the banner going across the top of the screen.
Oh, I do. I said that. I said that on one of the films. Like, how many people keep trying to click my freaking dock when you're watching? You know, because I gotta watch back what I'm doing. Yeah, there's that, and then turn down the brightness a little bit, maybe. No. Open saturation. If I could go into color correction, and that ain't it. I mean, I can add some color back, but God, I shouldn't have to take it all the way over to max. Color correction.
Can you turn the contrast up?
I've got 5 contrast sliders on that one camera.
Oh, brilliant.
You can well, because one feeds another filter. One filter feeds another filter, feeds another filter, feeds another filter. I have spent weeks trying to get this thing to where it's somewhat smooth. So I can float around in the air. The color key. This is the final filter. See, that's starting to put a little color in. That's weird. Not gonna worry about it. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. All I can really do is screw it up forever. I do love my new chair. I did not think I was gonna like it as much as I do. I actually thought I was gonna hate it.
I think we all get that. Then we don't want to replace them, even though we know that we need to.
Well, every Christmas, that's been my standard Christmas gift for like 10 years. I get a new very high dollar office chair. And
Nice.
you know, because my back is what my back is, and then
It looks swift.
but it's got
I'm
a
little bit jealous.
It's got a footrest that you pull out.
What?
I pull out the footrest, and then I can put my knees up on the footrest, and I got no pressure on my back.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
That's the best thing ever.
It really sounds amazing. Like
so it's not like a footrest like a recliner where you put your calves up on it, because honestly recliners hurt me. Because it throws all that weight back towards my back. But this, it makes me pick my feet up, put it on the rest where I put my feet flat down on the rest, and brings my knees up, and it takes all the pressure from the weight of your body being pulled forward by your legs, takes that away, and at the same time, it's not, so when you bring your knees up, you're not putting all that weight back down on your back and your tailbone the other direction. Yeah,
looks comfy as hell.
Bella, I don't know what's going on with that. That's that camera. I'm still waiting on cameras. I got 5. I got 5 of these 1080p cameras that I ordered here as a temporary fix, because the cameras that I ordered to be in here permanently still have not shown up. Now, the people who spent more than $1,000 in a calendar month, no one's forgotten about that. I mean, on August 1st at 12:01 a.m., I got 2 emails from 2 customers asking where their $250 or $500, whatever it was, is. Oh, looky there. I see chat on the screen. Hold on, chat box. I was wondering if that was going to work. That might be what's... Okay, properties. Visual settings, font settings. So it's a Twitch theme. Old school. What's old school supposed to look like? Oh my freaking gosh, they ain't kidding about old school there. We don't want that. That looks like crap. I can't figure out how to make the zombie baby go away.
The zombie baby.
Okay. There's a baby with a knife that may go right when you become a follower on Twitch. It automatically knows it, and this zombie baby goes running across the screen.
Become a member of Twitch just to see that.
Just to see the zombie baby go running across, right? Yeah, it's okay. So I'm trying to make it less opaque so you can read this better. Enable Frankenface emotes. I don't know what this stuff is. Always show messages. Oh, well, see, we don't want to. I didn't know. Source. Control the audio. Shut down source. Visual settings. Background. There we go. Right now it's a 0. Well, it should be black. Is there a black box behind the... It looks opaque to me.
I can't see a box at all now.
Hey, what? I'm just going to make it a white box. See what happens. Done. All right. And then. See, I can't figure out where I'm at. I got so many screens going on. All right. So I got that subtitle thing. I'm going to put that over in Rogers Raiders because you can download the captions file from any of the videos because I've got community editing turned on in all the videos. And then you can run that through the translator if you want to show somebody one of your videos and just upload it in your language if it's important for you as an R5 to do it on that thing. And then so you can translate it for your community because the number one complaints have been from the Spanish speakers, been the largest complainers. I did the last 5 videos where I only did the Spanish subtitles. And then now the 2 biggest languages I normally do is Hindi and German. And I do that for time zone.
My North Koreans ask me for subtitles quite a lot.
Yeah, did you get that? I'll send that to you in email. But yeah, you just pull it down once you do your thing. Just pull it down, put the file in there, navigate through their BS because it only takes like 5-6 seconds, and then you get a file that. My big complaint is one, the file comes down zipped, so I got to go an extra 3 clicks unzipping it. And so,
oh no, not 3 clicks.
when you want to do 20-30 languages, now 3 clicks is 60 clicks. It's times how many. Plus in the back of my mind, I know that people hate clicks. So I hate them even more. The Rogers Raiders, we've done a lot over Rogers Raiders that you can't see. There is some nifty stuff going on there that you just can't tell is going on. Hold on. There's the PM boxes, right? So you can PM anybody that you know in the private messages. So like here's all my, there's the private message stuff where people can send me private messages, like send it from one person to another. Now, if you're talking to somebody in private message, you don't have to go to the website to do it. It will
Okay.
it will send you a copy of the message somebody sent you to your email box. You can reply to the email. It comes to the website, and in that email, when you see that email come in, there's going to be a special number in the subject line, so that my website will read that subject number and know that you're talking to this person and send that reply to the other person. So you don't even have to go to our website anymore to talk between two people. You can literally have
Cool.
you can have two people that are talking via email with each other and never give each other their email address.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I like that. It's a good idea.
I am such a privacy nut. It's not even funny. I don't even know who's ever even tried to do that, but now it works. I was like, because email is something that's on a phone, it's on the computer, it's something you may check in but two different places. And quite frankly, going to the website and keyboard texting to PM something from your phone, that's annoying. But now, by doing it through the email, any voice comms you have or voice translators that you have where you just talk to your phone and it transcribes for you, Google, Siri, whatever, you can now use your voice to transcribe PMs back and forth between Rogers Raiders via your device. What else I do this? Everybody thinks I'm just sitting around doing nothing. I like, when are you gonna get this done? You're like, when is the thing that I want most gonna get done quickest? I've been very disappointed in the conversion on the Huawei guys. First of all, rumors spread faster than facts. The latest rumor that's been spreading faster than facts, it doesn't work on my Samsung. I literally put up a video of me putting on both my Samsung tablet and my freaking Samsung S10 Plus. There was nothing that was a challenge about putting it on my Samsung except for getting rid of the Amazon game. Amazon, I had to go in there, force stop Guns of Glory. Damn it. My gosh. I had to force stop Guns of Glory, and from the settings screen, instead of when you uninstall something, you just slide, drag, and drop it over the uninstall. That's not working. But that's a Samsung problem, and that's the and all this stuff.
I haven't actually tried any of them. I'm too scared to uninstall my accounts from any device just in case it goes horribly wrong.
Don't uninstall your account. I did a video on that. Like, the whole point. That's the where's that video, guys? I got a video. Well, hold on. You see this one up here? Dink.
I thought I lost my account once and he brought me to tears. That's tragic. I'll never risk it again.
There we go. Let's put that there. Now you guys can see the chat. Okay, so I can actually see the chat better now that it's on that page than I could before.
Yeah, me too. I can see it now.
Well, I didn't know I could do that until 5 seconds ago.
Oh, there we go. Now it's really clear.
Woo! It just wants to grab the wrong damn window.
Okay. Typical.
The chat box.
Nothing ever goes as planned. That's why lives are always that little bit longer, because these are all the bits that we edit out of all of our other videos.
Well, and what's weird is some of the stuff you can't even begin to tune in. Now that's one of the reasons I get, because what was happening before is I would have to go in there and manually adjust all my settings between live and recording, because I would increase the quality for the recording stuff. And so I did that, and I would forget some setting, one back and forth, things like that. So as I get these settings adjusted for live, they just stay there. I got separate software for that. So I'm using OBS Studio. I'm using not OBS Studio. I'm using Streamlabs OBS Studio for lives because I can simulcast to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. I even got a chat box that shows me all 3 chat boxes combined.
Nice.
Can't talk to them respectively. And I also learned some things about Twitch this week. It's like, oh, so I go through the here's what you do things, all written by kids, on how to become popular on freaking Twitch and blah blah blah. Oh, you've got to have a chat box. Oh, well, Twitch ranks me based on chat velocity. And so one of the first thing everybody do is turn around, and not this chat box, but they get a chat bot. And literally I can turn around and throw in 50 accounts in there and throw in all these little generalized statements and have 50 people that look like they're sitting there talking to each other.
Chatbots are hilarious. I don't know if you've encountered any before, but they're great fun.
Yeah.
I do have one in my line room. It doesn't just like simulate random people, like you have to talk to it for it to recognize you, if that makes sense.
Wait, hold on. I got kicked out of the savings for talking about what? I missed something. Oh, talking about a chat bot? 𝗙𝗪𝙣𝗫. Well, 𝗙𝗪𝙣𝗫, apparently you don't remember me because my name is GunMuse, not Gunfire.
Damn those typos.
That ain't a typo. That's one of those words that will get your stream deranked while it's live.
Oh, Marshall, the Huawei deal.
Oh. Well, see, and that's unfortunate. Muffin's the one doing that stuff because Muffin's one of the ones.
Muffin's got right.
Well, and
She's pretty good. She's helped me out quite a lot.
But see, the thing is I would have gladly paid Muffin more than she's making. All the little influencers that I've encouraged have created more problems with this deal than they've created customers because they went up and put this weird spin on it, each one trying to do their own type of sales pitch, and they never hawked anything before. The first 15 days, I put 600 people into that program. The next month, when everybody else spun up and was cutting their own deal because they saw it, it just spiraled down. Not just for me, everybody, because once everybody's
8 different Huawei representatives try and contact me, and
they're their own enemy.
Steer clear of it. There's too much competition. It's not worth it.
Well, that's not true. But the problem winds up being is the way they're trying to compete. Yeah, well, okay. Here's a way to explain that is, you actually have a company with, say, well, you just said 8. That's 8 different marketing budgets. Well, one of them went, oh my God, look how great this is going over here in Germany. Okay. Well, the nice thing about the German thing is I put in features that no one else put in. Like if you got it like over on the website, well, I gotta turn off the display 3. Over on the website, I got a thing called offer problems. Right? It's a little form. The very simple 4 button thing. Just tell us what the problem is. That goes directly to the head of the department. We're bypassing all customer support. The head of the department's getting a copy of that. I make sure he gets his. So if 100 of these complaints go in, he's getting every one of those complaints because they don't know. All they know is what they got taught in college. And if you guys think you learned how to do something in college, you're just wrong. Your professor in college never once went out and marketed a single product. So you got a degree in marketing, you got a degree from a guy who probably YouTube did it 5 minutes before class started. I if he went to that much effort.
Education's great, huh?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this COVID thing is people are not getting the insanity of how stupid it got to begin with. It's like, well, we don't need to go back to school this fall. You can sit at home and pay us 50 grand. It costs me $20 a month or $8 a month to watch Hulu, and I get a lot more videos than what you're giving out to college. But literally, you're talking about for 50 grand, I'm going to have somebody stand in front of a chalkboard and transmit a video. And then you look at their platform, and it's usually YouTube they're doing it through. In other words, they're not spending any money to transmit. They're not paying any bandwidth. They got what any 14-year-old kid thinks they got, which is, and then they do it wrong. Yeah, so I put this deal out so that you can bypass customer support when you're having problems. The big complaints that are taking place is my credit card quit working. Okay. Well, I can tell you right now that if you spend more than 20 times in an hour, 𝙂𝙀 puts you in a cooldown period, what they call a cooldown period. Everybody like, come join us. Why would I go back in Kingdoms? Guys, you've got to realize Guns of Glory is trying to get rid of the older Kingdoms.
I don't think everybody leaving and stop playing is incentive to join somewhere either.
Yeah, that's
sounding too harsh. Like, that sounds bleak.
There is reasons to rebuild old Kingdoms. Man, way back when, what was it?
Well, hopefully, I know it's not on the cards at the moment, but hopefully they do bring in the migration.
Well,
It'll be good for the broken kingdoms, not so much for the nice, happy, peaceful ones, maybe.
If they do migrations, it's going to be they're going to consolidate like 1 through 100.
Yeah.
And put everybody in
there. But they're the ones that need it.
Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll do 1 through 100, 2 through 300, and then 3 to 4s, and then and see, I even went back into 362 the other day and started building up that account again because I can't let it drift too far behind. I was telling Marshall, like, it was like, what do you got on there for gems? Like, I got freaking sun gems on that thing. I haven't done anything in it. That is, it doesn't matter. The all I can do in that kingdom is spend. There's no entertainment value to it. When the contests are how fast can you spend money, which is the contest that's what the 50% event is. How well do you spend money to get what you're getting? Man, that is a harsh cough. I don't have anything in the way of okay, we'll try some of these. Nothing works. Yeah, me and the VA have been going around and around too. I don't know had I already started cutting my toe off last time we talked? Yeah.
No.
Oh, when I was redoing the studio in here, I stuck a screw through my shoe, and because I can't feel my legs, and so the raspy thing, it had been in my shoe for like 3-4 days. I didn't know, and it was cutting my toe off.
That's nuts.
It's funny, like my legs and stuff are they're ticklish, but I don't feel pain. Nerve
endings.
The nerve just gone there. Yeah, City Lad #gaming. Sound like you're more promoting your own channel there. see, I got nobody on Twitch. We're all YouTube. The first night I did the triple stream, I had somebody raid me, but there's no other Guns of Glory channel on Twitch to raid me, and so that's the thing to understand is this is oh my gosh, here, put that back up. Everybody use my and this is the thing, Dakota. I can't be a personal trainer. I don't get paid for it. The other thing that's happening over on for those at Guns of Glory that are watching what I'm doing here, guys, I keep getting your support emails. My account, I lost this the other day. Can you fix this? Apparently, somewhere along the lines, I'm Guns of Glory support now. They can't distinguish between me. That company needs to come to grips that whether they like it or not, my brand is synonymous with theirs because I had to come to grips with it.
Yeah.
I would have loved to just abandoned freaking Guns of Glory, but can't just do that.
You can't because we all really need you.
Yeah, it's what is up with that? Did I get up and touch that camera or something? There we go. See, I can't stretch that chat box out so that those sentences are wider and not so tall. I can make the chat box bigger. Yeah, so that.
That's beyond my capabilities, I'm sorry.
Yeah. There we go. That's called chat box. Have you downloaded the Streamlabs OBS?
Yeah.
It is not a freaking different version of OBS. It is a massively different version.
Yeah. There's so many more.
There's so much more. Yeah, there's literally so many extra buttons.
I took a look. I did not use it for this recording, I have to say.
Yeah, you will. Okay, so chat box is supposed to be on top. It is. And then see, like I got Streamlabs Social. That's not it. See, this thing's like auto tweeting for me. There's the air horn. There's not the air horn. Not detected. So this was working the other day. I don't know why it's not working now. And I got an OBS deck or a Stream Deck, and I got nothing programmed on it. I actually that's not true. I programmed a whole bunch of stuff the first day before I had a clue how anything worked, and I haven't gone back and fixed everything I screwed up.
I did exactly that as well.
Oh, see, there's fire on the screen. There's fire. So why do I got fire, but I don't have it? Did the air horn pop up or not? Yeah.
Oh, I can see fire. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, but I don't know how to control it. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. I can make it rain money. Woo! Money.
Don't let it land in the fire.
There we go. I don't even know how to toggle effects there. That's off. And then Illuminati.
Don't encourage them.
I got an Illuminati noise factor here. Hold on. And then I got all kinds of crap here I can't even freaking control, so it doesn't matter. I got these themes. Oh, I almost hate to push this button. Hold on. Because I know none of this stuff is set up. Oh.
So, what are your primary guards that you're using at the moment on your 26?
On my what?
On your C26.
Oh, man, I got guards figured. I already know how to do the guards. We're waiting for data input. I will have a guard suggester on Rogers Raiders. I got guards figured out. Okay, you know what? Let me do this because.
Oh yeah, you were saying about doing was it a guard march calculator that you're going for next?
Not really a calculator, more of a suggestion of what you're going to do in what order. So you know you can only do so many things at one time, right? And this is not one of these things for somebody who's like, well, I'm going to go spend $1,000. Where can I spend it? Guess what? Guns of Glory made it impossible for you to max out your guards with money.
Oh yeah, you got to grind.
You've got to grind. The guards brought back community activity. So all the people that are out there verbally complaining that the guards are all messed up better not be the people who play for free, because what it really did was it allowed somebody to play for free and be as effective as a coiner. And I should have been proven that
balance.
They did get it's 2 halves. Now an active coiner is going to kick your ass. They're going to have maxed out stats, and they're going to have maxed out freaking guards.
There's lots of 10k that's running about at the moment.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if in the older kingdoms, they got their guards handed to them. If you had your guards maxed out from before because you coined them up, I just went back into my C40 and 362 and slapped my guards back together, and they damn near maxed out. I could go in there and I maxed them out in stars. So they're all 6 stars. I've got all the guards that I need over there. They're all 6 stars. Hold on. I lost my game. There we go. Settings, account. Which account? Sign it with Google. And turn off this display.
City Gaming Lad. I don't spend any money on GOG. And I've been playing just over a year, and I've got 2 C35s and a C34.
Yeah. All right. So going to gods, and you see. So this was a maxed out account prior to the guard update. All right. And so I came in here just 2 days ago and set up what I could, how I could. Okay, so this is where you guys should be learning that rumors are just that, they're rumors. Okay, Prince 𝗂𝙁𝙗 and Lucian, everybody said it, repeated it. That's them line rooms and scored rooms, and I tell everybody, guys, it becomes an echo chamber. Somebody heard it on Tuesday, they repeated it on Thursday. All of a sudden, there's a consensus. You ever heard that word before? They use it with global warming. There's a consensus among the scientists. There is no such thing as consensus among science. It is or it isn't. This is math. It is or it isn't. Anything you say can be duplicatable. So 4 wolf hits. I'm using 𝗂𝙗𝙗 and a purple guard, Duke. Okay. And it doesn't even matter. I mean, it does matter the level because you can add more attribute points down in here. But the skills is all that matters. That's all we're really caring about on the march, on that march area. Now, Prince 𝗂𝙗𝙗, 𝗙𝗪𝙣 should be maxed out and level. Oh, look at that. Oh, looky there.
He's a lovely Arabar.
Yeah, he's and I forgot to put points on him in some places. So you go my formation setting, and then it's number 1, I think. Yeah, I didn't even have. I don't even have my T12 distance on this account. I didn't even realize I stopped before I finished. I just didn't build the building. Well, back in November when I quit in this kingdom, I went in the hospital twice, in the emergency room twice back in November, and and because of this COVID thing, I'm still waiting for neurosurgery. That's one of the reasons I don't join in any events or any other stuff, is because it's lots of time sitting there stressing over things, and you get all excited and pumped up, and you can get your adrenaline running when things are happening in real time, and I can't deal with that, so I have to avoid that. Well, Chuck, I hate to tell you, farms are about dead. I can almost guarantee you that using the RSS is going to be taken out of the game as you know it. I stated this 6 months ago. It's coming, and at the slow implementation that I'm seeing of all the places that you can get your RSS from, and on my C26 and 584, I not only do not farm tiles, I don't buy RSS, and I don't have my own farm accounts. I have no farm accounts on there, and I popped up to C26. You do not need a farm to build an account anymore. You need a farm to overspend. Plus, I want to caution people about going over C30. When you go from C29 to C30, there's a nerf damage in there. I don't know if that's a bug left over from the fact that T10s were a defensive tier. And
if it is, it patched about 5 minutes after this video finishes.
I've mentioned it a couple times. That's why I don't think it was accident.
It's intentional.
Yeah, that's why I think it's intentional. It's like no. The minute they hit C30, we want them losing more troops and spending money. It's about a 12% higher troop loss against going from T9s to T10s. And it's been that way for years. I tell you, when I started in 362, me and 𝗙𝙪𝙣𝙯 were sitting there at C29s. We would kick the crap out of C35s. The minute both of us went to C30, it got harder. And it was like, we noticed it back then. So that's how long I've noticed that nerf. And my God, I probably built 25, 30 C30 since then.
Yeah, not anything that's...
Yeah, so it's well, I did one in 533 to see if it was still doing that. Ultron 533. My count 533 is about C33. Who is Ultron 533? Do I know that person, or are you one of my trolls that swapped their name again? Yeah. Free play is, you've got to get the castle size out of your head. That's the thing you got to break out of your mind these days, guys. This button right here is your most important, powerful tool to growing an account these days. This is it. This is the most important thing that you can be doing all day, every day. You do this twice a day. and you're more than 50% of the way done. Yeah. I did notice. See, this account. Here's the funny thing. Here's my old 362 account. I still don't have a Pursuer Sword, right? But I have a Pursuer Sword 584.
My farm's got them before my main account.
No, before
Took a long time. I had to actually drop R5
to get it to drop.
Yeah. And the herd as well. I had my suspicions for a little while that being R5 was hindering me because it was sort of 4 seasonal events. I noticed that I was getting a lot less drops than every other person in my alliance. And like the first event that happened, I was kind of, didn't really, it pissed me off. It was like, meh, Then the next time, and then the next time, and I thought, no, there's something going on here. And I tested it out, and yeah, it was definitely as soon as I dropped R5, I was starting to get the things that I needed.
See, like, so for guards, okay, now I don't have Santa on this old account, but Santa.
I have yet to get Santa.
Well, Santa's going to be important for PvP. You're going to combine Santas. Increases the skill damage of your guards. Okay, so having Santa appointed when your entire account, see, you're going to get this extra 15% on your guards for having him appointed. So Santa's a good one to have appointed and have that third slot open, that third skill open. You want that very badly. Okay, and then that's going to make your March guards get 15% more. All right, so you're bouncing from the appointed to the March. So you want your Santa appointed. Then you're going to want to play with some mopping. Right? What she got? She got the dodge, dealing extra damage, and it's not mopping. I'm looking for a bubble. Not bubble. I'm looking for the dodge. Okay, so somebody that triggers dodge wherever they're at. Anyway, it's like a 20% chance of triggering dodge. Now, it's not a dodge per hit. You can't avoid 100% damage. It's a dodge per round. Okay. But if you have a 20% chance in there and then you've got Santa equipped, you just went up 15%. So you're at 35%. So you can go up to 40 rounds and you can dodge 100% of the damage in a round. But this is the thing that people need to understand. What Guns of Glory is copying. Let's go to a different game. Let's go to any other game. Guns of Glory is getting caught up to the games that. So this is the other one that I do, like the Marvel Counter-Strike, Strike Force. Yeah. It's got a graphical interface to how this works, so that's why I'm going to demonstrate that. It will make the guards a little easier to understand what's going on. Almost all the games are running this type of interface. Okay, so
yeah, they are.
No one's
the same.
Yeah, no one's running out a new. They're not coming out with grandiose new ideas on how to interact on these phone games. But they are graphically different.
Yeah, agreed.
Marvel Strike Force and Guns of Glory operate in the exact same fashion. It's just Marvel Strike Force has got X-Men and Spider-Man and things like that. It's easier to play.
They're way better than Musketeers. I know that's probably quite controversial.
Right? Not to me. I don't care. I don't know if this was a glitch or not, but I actually got my 50% on 𝙂 buying in this game last night.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll see.
Just in case.
Right? Yeah. I got my 50% bonus when I was buying in here last night. And the
Sucker for punishment.
I don't want to cheat anybody, you know. All right, so hold on, I gotta go find a fight. Let's go to a raid. There we go. I got some raid. Now, I don't have an alliance in here yet. I'm actually not big enough for an alliance. Yeah. And the alliance that I'm in, I think there's 3 of us that are actually active. So, I am going to put this as part of Rogers Raiders once I get up big enough to where I can start an alliance. I'll put this up there, and this will be something that we do. Because the nice thing about that is we can all play together live in this game too. All right, so let's blow this out a little bit. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the chat box go away. All right. Now, above each of these characters, you see this blue bar that's underneath the green bar. That's an indicator of when that is going to, all 10 of these are on the field at the same time. Their characters, my characters. The next one of the blue bars to fill up is going to go next, either on my team or their team. That is the speed skill on a guard. The more speed you got, the faster that guard comes into play. So
yeah, I've got a 70-30 split on mine between whatever their recommended is and speed.
Right. So
all of them.
Yeah. So my beast got to go first, and then it's not that actually all theirs were faster. They all went a couple rounds there before I got to go. Hold on.
I used to play a Looney Tunes game, which also worked on the exact same concept. So they're definitely not reaching out for.
No, actually, Guns of Glory is catching up to the way this stuff works. It's just, did you notice that during the last patch where they optimized the reports, what they did was they took away what the guards were killing?
Yeah.
I cannot tell you which order guards are firing in now, because I would have been able to determine.
There is a way. I will screenshot it and send it to you because I can't verbalize it.
Okay.
It's quite late. My brain's not working properly, but there is a way.
Okay.
And it tells you how many times each skill's been triggered as well.
Right. Okay. But let's say we're running a shield thing. So that's what I want to get to. So I got a team here that I can actually demonstrate this stuff more visually. Okay, so there we go. So I want to direct a shield over here. So now everybody's forced to deal with that guy. It's working the same way in your guards. The problem is you can't see it in real time like you can in here. So this is a game that once you learn how the speed interacts, all you have to do is say, this is, I got 2 of my guards here, I got two of their guards there, and each round that we go through, because they talked about rounds like we knew what the hell rounds were, because we only had 1 click.
Yeah.
And I was like, where did they come up with those rounds? I'm like, what was? And I know
functionality of the tiers as well, so that just makes it even more confusing.
Right. They're just not up to this caliber of game stuff. They go faster. My little X-Men teams. Man, I'll tell you on this game, I got offered one time where it said buy the X-Men team for $27 and it was all 4-star X-Men team. That was the best $27 I ever spent in this game. It has just paid dividends upon dividends upon dividends because I get everything else for free because I bought that X-Men team. They do everything. It was Moppin had so Moppin had the chance to dodge. So Moppin, and then
I use that quite a lot.
A Moppin Santa combo would be a good tower defense.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would do, because Moppin dodges, right? There's not a better dodge. It either dodges or it doesn't dodge.
Yeah.
So if you're going to say that my Moppin is now a defensive guard, because she has a bunch of offensive stuff too, then what you're going to do is you're going to turn around and you're going to really lay the speed on Moppin so that she has the chance to dodge. You want your character to click its deal before they click theirs. All right, so that's what you're turning that speed up for. You don't have anything you're going to click, but it's going to be auto. But you don't know where that auto, you don't know in the round who went first. You know how many times this procced and how many times, like you said, how many times did this proc? Okay. Yeah. If you want it to proc more often, more rounds, then speed is what you're doing. So if you're looking for that 20%, that dodge to pop up as often as it possibly can, you lay the freaking speed on. That's how you make that a defensive guard. It's now useless as an offensive guard because it's not useless. It's just
it could be quite good on the wall.
Because they're not going to dodge. They're not going to
have one guard and one, gold or purple that's capable of dodging.
I wouldn't have, the reason I'm using Duke because there is no defensive capability on the wolf. And the reason I'm using Duke over Lucian is Lucian's crits were given a 10% spread in damage, or greater than 10% spread in damage. So yes, Lucian was capable of doing more damage than Duke, but not consistently more. When you did it over 10 hits on the wolf, Duke was getting you an extra 5 to 7% over Lucian.
I hit better on wolf with my infantry march by quite a lot, and my stats are pretty equal.
Oh, versus a distance one?
Pretty equal as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
My infantry, actually, a lot of people, obviously, the infantry's the weakest link at the moment. They're pretty crap. But mine are my primary march. Mine are really good. I quite like them.
The infantry, most of the buffs to the infantry do not occur until that 5th talent point is open up. So it's more expensive to build an infantry setup. Or it takes more time and effort to build an infantry setup. Not something to be avoided, but the easiest, quickest way is a distance march setup. So everybody in the first game. But here's the thing. So when you're doing a distance one, you've got to learn tactical playstyles. And I actually had all you guys sitting over there in freaking 584 well, if you just sit still, or if you weren't jumping around and teleporting and running like a car, I'm like, I'm supposed to sit still, and what do I need to turn around and send my airship?
Jump around and teleport. Oh
my gosh! It was a KC chat full of people like, oh my gosh, how you I would have beat you if. I'm like, but you didn't, and yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I've been playing this. I might have played this game for a few years. I don't know. Oh, but it was all of that. Like, and then their answer was everybody out of Kingdom Chat. They started threatening to kick their players out of their alliances if they talked to me. I'm like, are you serious? Rather than your players learning how to maneuver and play and what's going to be expected of them down the road, you wanted to avoid all that. Is that the final player?
I don't of like dominating your alliance in a way where you're dictating to them what they can and can't do.
I'm going to do it to an entire kingdom. I'll tell you why. Because quite frankly, I'm watching 584 get told this is how it's going to be. I'm learning this lesson from 533 and now 584. The little socialist trolls from third world countries who don't know any other better way to act, the passive under 25-year white women of the United States will, can't we all just get along, themselves right into the freaking oblivion. The attempt to avoid conflict with bad people causes bad problems. You just got to meet bad people head on. It just I get you want a better world, but you act some.
You do have your introverts and your extroverts, and I think in the gaming world, the introverts tend to try and keep the peace, and your extroverts tend to be the trolls. Or
you
like,
cannot defy logic and history. The history of the world's bloody. That's what people don't get. The history of the world's bloody.
Oh yeah, it is barbaric.
It's all of a sudden the entire history of the world is all the United States problem. No, you guys were screwing each other over for 2,000 years before we came along. I think we left the continent trying to avoid it. And you followed us over here.
It looks so good.
Right? I watch people turn around and talk about their lessons and their knowledge. I'm like, guys, the United States didn't go back to England and start a war. They sent armies here. We didn't go down to Mexico and take land. They sent armies north trying to take land. He was like, "Whoa, it was their land." No, it wasn't. We bought it from the French. Hell, you want to get right down to it? The French caused more problems all over the planet throughout history and still do.
Hey, I'm British. We invaded every single country bar 6.
Well,
preach.
Well, it is what it is. The concept
History,
the concept of property ownership is being lost, and people are in the politics they're seeing on TV. They're not analyzing the effect of if they got what they wanted. If you turn around and says, well, I think everything should be equally split and it should all be even. Well, when you're talking about housings and things like that, okay, who gets the beaches, who gets the swamps? Hey, you're going to let the government decide what house you live in. Do you think you're going to get the Malibu beach house? Are you that special of a person? Or are you going to get the swamp shack that right now there's a guy living in that swamp shack that will kill you dead trying to get him out of that thing? Why don't you leave him alone instead of trying to tell him that he's not living right, that he needs to live someplace different, or he needs to live better? When they're breaking people down into groups, trying to get the groups to fight each other. And
absolutely, divide and conquer.
Well, it's even worse than that. It's the United States that they hate so much. It's like, well, first we got to get rid of all the short people, then we got to get rid of all the tall people, then all the people between 5'10" and 5'12", and all the white people and all the black people. Eventually, you break the groups down so much. Yeah, you break the groups down so much, you have to talk about individualism again. Oh my God, we're right back to the Constitution. Like, Jesus, guys. They didn't sit down and spend 11 years talking about how to put this together and slap it together. The Constitution's got 2,000 years of history. They debated of how human beings screwed each other over in a government process. And right now, what's going on in the United States is not freaking democracy. It is not a republic. We've got one group that just does whatever the fuck it wants to do whenever it wants to fucking do it. And then they turn around and says, well, that's the problem with democracy.
Yeah, and it's exactly the same in England. Well, it's everywhere. It's exactly the same everywhere.
And what's sad is it's a minority of the people. It's a bigger minority than it used to be. It used to be what? 20% of the population thought that way. It's like, I will sit at my house, you bring me free crap. I deserve it. I was born. Okay, that used to be about 20. Now it's up to about 30. And here's the little part of history that they keep leaving out. Revolutions are generally started by less than 5% of a population. That's how low the threshold is of we've had enough. We're not. We've had enough. We need to start shooting at each other. That's taking place right now. I'll tell you one of the reasons we got an ammo shortage over here in freaking United States, and that's because people are hoarding it. It's not because we ain't making it. We were talking about that stuff. It's like, well, what do you guys like? I got 6 magazines in my AR-15. Guys, I'm prepared when someone starts shooting each other. And it's like, what? Don't you have pallets of ammunition? I said, anybody I've ever killed in some third world country was never sitting next to a stack of ammo. You cannot move hunt.
Why they took our guns off us?
It doesn't matter what you have. Then you go to pitchforks and machetes and.
They didn't want us defending ourselves though, especially against governments and parliamentary people.
That's the right now they're playing lawyer games. I've been begging them to arrest me in these stores for not wearing a mask. Because you always get some store clerk says, you need to wear a mask by law. I said, then call the state cops.
We don't we have the same rules over here as what you guys do over there. And I work in a shop. That's one of my many jobs. And we don't, it's not something that we enforce. When people walk through the door, we don't question them.
I don't know about the English laws, but the thing is, you can't enforce it. It's bad medical science. Okay, is there any doubt with my coffin that I'm an at-risk person? I go into the hospital for lung diseases. I might know something about catching lung diseases because I'm very susceptible to them. The last thing I would do is stick a piece of paper that doesn't stop a virus. There's not one person on the planet with a medical degree saying that mask is going to stop the virus of COVID. Nobody's telling you that. What they're telling you is you have to wear it. They're not telling you it's going to stop the virus because it doesn't stop the virus. It won't even slow the damn thing down.
Yeah, our government told us that right at the beginning.
That it wasn't going to stop it. Yeah, it really became an exercise in how compliant will the population be, and can I visually see their compliance?
Absolutely.
It's a polling system. But for somebody that's susceptible like me, if I put one of those masks in front of my face, that's a moisture barrier. Now every piece of mold and freaking bacteria, I'm more problematic. I'm probably coughing up now because sometimes I'll throw that mask on just because I don't want to argue with people. But you get bacteria down in the damn lungs. That bacteria is about saturation time. You put a mask in front of your face and you create a trap for every piece of bacteria you walk through and a moisture spot for it to grow in. Right? Getting on late. Big B, what's going on, man?
It's saying no Farmville. You need to tell some people in my kingdom that. We got our asses kicked on KBK today because we've got alliances just point blank refusing to participate.
And okay, and let's get into that. The boycott.
I'm not helping them anymore.
It's not a boycott. It's people that don't want to play. They think they know that they can't play without spending $2,000 a month. So they're going to join the boycott for free. The boycott of what they weren't spending anyway.
I don't get having a C40 filled with troops being high power and just using it to harvest food. Like, what are you doing all day?
Right. Well, I just showed them my old C40. I need to go out and grind guards. I need to go out there and I need to, twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, empty that stamina bar. If I want.
Yeah, I do mine 3 or 4 times a day or so, yeah.
And
it's
then
fine from about 7 o'clock in the morning, right up until sort of.
And then because if I got back on the 362 and just started playing twice a day, 3 times a day like I used to, and then stack stuff in my bags, in 6 weeks I'd be right up there at the top 15 again. That's how long it takes to do that for free. I'd be in the top 15 of the kingdom. It's because all the guys that are above me, generally the ones who are buying it on day one, because they got to be number 1 on day 1. And 362 is.
Yeah, well, you can just get it all for free now.
Well,
with a bit of patience.
You can't KVK or UAC at the level that 362 does for free. 362 is probably one of the most powerful kingdoms in the game. We set it on a path. You got guys like Travel King in there that he was a member of my alliance the entire time, and now he's one of the leaders. And they just went through a little civil war in there because out of frustration, people that all they did was log on, coin up, stat up, didn't understand why they were getting their butts kicked. Well, they stuck a freaking second half of the march in there. The guys that are uber coining even more and more and more guards just to throw them away because they can't farm. That's a guy that's got more money, and there's 3 of those in 362 that will go drop $2,000, $3,000 a month on guards every month, and they're not going to sit there and hit threats all day long. But there's no excuse for everybody else that's playing every day not to be hitting threats. It's the real problem is 362 wound up every time they had an issue or started a fight, or they run their mouths, they take things out of context and they run their mouths until they destroy themselves. They started a civil war with themselves. I didn't start that civil war. It's the same damn people in conflict for the last year since I've been gone in 362. But back then when I was there, it was all my fault that they were in conflict. Then why are you still in conflict? I haven't been there, so why are you still running your mouths? Why are you still acting like dickheads? Why are you still attacking people that are weaker than you, that are there to help support you do what you do? I didn't make you the douchebag that you were. You just choose to keep being that person every day. You don't need to work on your farm. You need to work on your freaking attitude. What you bring to the glass is shit. And I've said that. That's what was the fight with me in 362. I'm still saying it today, a year later. People's attitudes are crap. Yeah. That's Chuck. That's a good analogy of what's going on around there. The kingdoms are. The thing is, to build back up and play in 362 at the level with a smaller and smaller and smaller number of people to spread the damage out amongst, it's now getting more and more and more expensive for the people that are sticking. And I pay attention to what's going on there. I cared about the kingdom. I literally came to K362 on the day that it opened with a set goal of building a better way of running an alliance. And we did that in RRG. And like it or not, the opposing faction over there in freaking K362 is still my leftovers from RRG. So those guys have been on their own fighting the dick. I mean, but I can't do everything for everybody. All I can do is show where the problems are. But if people don't stand up and do something about it, then that's it. Then that's what's going on 584. You got a bunch of good people that are turning around going, my alliance leader won't let me go out and chat. Leave that alliance. You don't need that.
No, that's not a good form of control.
No.
And that's the thinking that you have to be under a big castle. That's the sales pitch a troll is selling on day one in a new kingdom. I'm going to be the big person and I'm going to protect you. Wait till week 3.
It breeds resentment in the background, though, because ideally those people do feel like they're being held back, and eventually that blows up in their faces.
They are being held back. That's the thing. Is
yeah, of course.
This last KE, everybody was bad mouthing me for KE. All I did, I chased every gold castle in freaking KE that day. And then all of a sudden there was people out there in the KCs like, well, at least all you C26s and 28s, 29s went out there and hit C15s and 16s for your kill count. And the it was like, yeah, and like, and he's chasing you around. And like, there you go. But they got the wrong lesson that I was trying to teach. I was in my C23 chasing him around. I was in free drop gear. I was still in Duelist and freaking Ret and Demon Hunter. I had a splattering of whatever dropped when I was grinding threats. And everybody's like, well, how does your 40 million castle kicking the crap out of a 110 million castle? Because the trolls don't want to tell you that they slapped on 1 or 2 pieces of master gear that gave them a really high power number, yet it crippled their damage numbers because they don't know how gear works. That's the guy in charge of your alliance. Yeah, you're much better off with the pre-ret gear, 6 pieces of pre-ret gear, than you are with 5 pieces of Royal Academy. Because those stat numbers may look bigger, but they don't do anything. And here's one of the big problems, and YouTube's causing this problem, not GOG, is it's getting harder to find some of my old gear videos, which were big videos. I mean, Eric goes, oh, you're only getting 500-700 views on these things. Like, well, some of those gear videos got like 15,000 views. They're, but my number one video per day is never the video I just released. Never. I'll get 800-900, 1,000 video views on that first day, and everybody goes, and all the other influencers go, oh wow, I wish I could get that real fast, as fast as he does. I get 3,000 views on other videos. It's a whole bunch of stuff hiding in the background because I built a library of content, and I've told every influencer, go build your library of content. There's a lot of work to do. It takes time. This is one of these things where I was almost done with Guns of Glory. I was going to turn that over to other influencers, but quite frankly, no one's stepping up. Then you had 𝗙𝗏𝗏 up and quit the other day. I don't know if you saw that.
Quit.
Oh yeah, he ran a freaking. He's throwing a tantrum, right? He tried to pull that crap in the background, where he actually tried to convince the company to give him an exclusive deal, and no one else would be able to give the deal, and the Huawei deal, and he seemed to have forgot that he was getting his traffic from RogerTraders.com when he was doing that, and I was like, once I realized that he was over there trying to negotiate some deal on his own to sell my traffic, I just threw his ass off. And his last video where he quit Guns of Glory got 38 views. I do not operate my business in a bear trap fashion. The internet is not a trap. I cannot tell the viewer, you only go to me, you go to nobody else. Please look at the right. Well, John, you can't turn around in the next sentence, say you're not playing the game, but you want me to look at your game. No. And that's the way that New Kingdom's going to be. Yeah. Like, what an ass. No. You don't get to be a spoiled little child, tell everybody how it's done, how it's been going, and then try and get your way because you spoke. I do not know where this entitlement came from, but I'm going to treat these under 30s like the children they are. You're going to get told no, and if you really want to get down to it, I will damn sure take you to the woodshed. I'm going to treat you like spoiled children. I had that one black guy that was in this. He's like, man, if I'd have talked that way to my dad, I'd have saw the black side of his hand. I gotta get the knuckle side. Oh my god. No, this is man, it's you guys aren't getting this entitlement thing is just it's like I said, it's like this college like, well, we're gonna have everybody go to college at home, and you still want to charge $50,000 a year. It costs $8 a month to learn whatever you want to learn off Hulu. You know, where does a college get off charging $50,000 a year? Better yet, how about getting you to borrow $250,000 to sit at home and watch your own TV? Have you ever thought of it that way? Who wants to go in debt for the price of a house for the rest of their life to sit at home and watch TV for 4 years? Boring TV at that. If you're gonna be self-motivated in your education, you don't need a college to do that. You can go learn on your own. And I am living proof of that, guys. I do not have a college degree, but I promise you, if you're working underneath me, you usually have a PhD. Most of the people who've worked underneath me over the years have got a PhD in physics. And I don't even have a college degree. At the end of the day, I'm still the guy that knows how shit works. So they can't avoid not hiring me and not putting me in charge. But the guy that's educated in how it works needs to have somebody on the saddle. And man, when I worked for Eaton, everybody hated seeing me walk in the door because generally every single day before lunch when I walked into a customer's, 2 people with PhDs were getting fired before we went to lunch. I averaged two people fired a day there for a long time. And that gets you a little reputation when somebody's picking up the phone to call you. And it's not that I walked in there and fired them. It's that I walked in there and the guys with PhDs that were in charge of running the multi-million-dollar equipment that had been down for 5-6 days, and the company's losing $1 million an hour. So the company's $60 million into losses by Friday when they call me, and I walk in and fix it in 4 hours. You can't justify keeping your job now. You cost the company $60 million. You told us you knew what you were doing. You had a resume. You just didn't have any skill sets. And a lot of companies went that route starting in the 90s. I was probably one of the last people that snuck under the radar of getting hired without a college degree. Where you could get hired off your resume and your skill set. You can't do that anymore. You can't even get through the HR process. Some person sitting at a computer desk will auto sort you out with a computer now because you don't have a college degree. I couldn't do now what I did in the 90s. But I don't have to either. I'm now old enough. The biggest deal I got going right now is not even the Huawei thing. I've got an investor from Norway. Queen Frog is live now. Is that Twitch? Oh, that's Facebook. Playing 7 Days to Die. Yeah. I put a 7 Days to Die video up there and didn't record 1 ounce of sound.
Oh dear, I have done that myself.
Yeah. I don't even know what changed. Oh, yeah, I did. This new computer system it's Windows 10. The old one was Windows 10. There should be no differences in it, but it's different. because you can send audio to the headset, to the ear pods, to the. I've got 3 different microphones, 4 different microphones if you include the camera mics. That I got to suppress all that stuff with. What's funny is the best camera that I've had has been my cell phone. When I was doing the cell phone camera, that was my best camera.
Yeah, mine's the same. I've got 2 different 1080p ones, and obviously the web's built into my laptop as well. But my phone is better by far.
Yeah, I'm waiting on 4K cameras. Because I'm not happy with the 1080p cameras. They're not putting it. They're not
good.
Yeah, I'm not happy with them at all. They look like crap.
Agreed.
And then I'm now avoiding AMD graphics cards. I got this 5700 XT, and I had a 590 Fat Boy. Bought a 5700 XT because I didn't want to go change the things. But now the known bug list for AMD, I think it was 14 long. 6 of them were bugs that I reported, that they announced to everybody that's got an AMD card. 6 of the bugs now are the bugs that I reported, and they're working on them. And to be fair to AMD, and because I've been an AMD fan for a long time, it's really a kick-ass gaming card. But if you're going to be recording, you've got to get an NVIDIA. Yeah. And not even a crazy NVIDIA. I'm going to get a 2080 Ti just as soon as NVIDIA drops the new PCI 4.0 stuff. I'm not going to buy the new PCI 4.0 stuff because I used to do computer building stuff, and we're at PCI 3.0 right now in the computer world, and no video card on the planet, I don't care if you spend $30,000 on one, can send enough information to swamp a PCI 3.0 slot. You can't even override what we got in technology there yet. So buying a PCI 4.0 compliant card is not going to make it go any faster than it does in PCI 3.0. So there's PCI, the 2080 NVIDIAs are, the TIs are freaking fun. They're about they're anywhere from $800 to $1,600 right now. But you, and I've been looking at them on eBay, and I almost, just because I'm a cheapskate, but I know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at those things. Like, oh, here's one includes water jacket. Okay, so you overclocked it until it freaking quit working, until it was no longer stable. It's the best card on the market, and you've got a used one for sale. That right there is the first clue. Either there's a problem with the design of the card, or there's a problem with that card. And they're always including a water jacket because for some reason someone takes the most powerful card on the planet and they think they turning the clock up is going to make it go faster. It doesn't work that way. But now I've got a 1060 that I overclocked slightly with no water jackets. Just turned up the clocks just a little bit. Didn't even get hot. And I made it outrun my $500 card. And and now you can buy those 1060s for like $60. I can make a $60 card outrun a freaking $500 card. And if I really want to get down to it, I'll just turn around and buy 10 of them. When I burn them up, I'll throw one in the trash, put another one in. But the point is to get this thing. But now I've got, with AMD processes video in HEVC. So my videos are incredibly smaller, about 25% of what they would be doing them in MP4.
Okay.
I'm still putting out 1080p quality. They're 25% of the size, and to process 30 minutes of 1080p at 60 frames used to take 2.5 hours, is now taking 16 minutes. And I should have nothing to complain about other than while I'm waiting that 16 minutes, I get bored. So I start looking at video. So I started looking at, like, can I take my 16 minutes down to 4 minutes? Yeah. one of those problems you can throw money at. We don't need shooters rolled up there. Live. Do we have anybody on the Facebook Live? I can't even tell. I'm getting a. I was going to compile the kingdoms that donated the most money list. Frankly, it's so scattered that it's like there's no more than 2 people in any given kingdom collecting the 50% cash back. I don't get that thinking. If you're trying to grow your kingdom and you think coining is the way to do it, then why aren't you telling the rest of your kingdoms like here's a way to get more coin faster? It should have spread like wildfire.
Yeah, that's true. Word of mouth. You encourage other people to follow suit.
The initial impact told me how big my market was, and the initial impact, the numbers when they come back, I was 8 times the size of the rest of the planet for my first 2 weeks. So that told me my initial impact audience. The problem wound up being is the people that watch me aren't telling people that they watch me. They're trying to gain an advantage on the guy in the game, so they're keeping everything secret. What's the new event that the
Tides? Is that the Tides of Darkness one?
The Tides. Tides needs to be moved into a starter event in the first 2 months. If you're going to take this approach that the kingdoms are going to shift back to inter-kingdom combat, and I think that's what they're trying to get to, then Tides needs to be in week 2. Well, if you put it in week 2, then the issues are learn to play the damn game. At that point, I tell you, while you're grinding up your things, I'm down to 1 March castle. I'm back to where I was 3 years ago. I got 1 March. Try and catch it. I get more game time and play time out of that. Honestly, I let them freaking hit the march to get the defensive stats hits out of it. One, because I get bored of playing around with them. I know that I can sit there and, I've been playing UAC for 3 years. Good luck freaking catching my marches. I used to sit there in my C30 and dance with the C40s all freaking day long. I mean, like spend 6 hours aggravating one C40 and watching them gold spin. This Nina girl that's number 1 up there, she must have been 7-8 hours of KE just trying to find a march. She hit my castle like 50 times, didn't kill a single troop. How many times are you going to post the report in KC? You're like, oh, look at that, her strats are bigger, and she still killed 0 troops. At what point do you stop talking about the stats, start talking about the fact that you can't find anything to kill? You might want to learn how I do that. And then I did do that one video up there, and that's actually gotten a lot of traction. That's what I was actually going to go look at. I was going to go look at the stats of that video. Oh, I'm looking at the stats of that video right now. Where I dropped a fake rally, hit him, jumped, hit the tower next to it. All in the course of 40 seconds there, I hit 3 marches. And the guy I was trying to kill was the one that was bubbled next to me, who all the previous day is like, oh, well, come attack me, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay. But I was done for that day, and I knew I was going to coin up to C26, not to kill him, but because I wanted a bigger march number for the wolf that week. That was what that video was about. There's a reason I went to C26 was to do the wolf number, because I want to use T9s as a base number for testing. I come to realize that I need to set standards for what a test looks like, so that we're all talking about the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just
logical.
Yeah, it's like, okay, here's what I'm coming up with for testing, and and honestly, T9s, it's easy to build a C26. It's easy to build T9s up. It's not that damn expensive. Even accelerating it, I could have built it for free like the week before, but I was trying to prove a point that a C23 with T8s would do just as good against T9s. I had reports and reports upon reports of me killing 150 to 160,000 troops and only losing 140, 150. How many times, and it says, why don't you attack our bigs? I'm like, because I'm a C23. Your bigs are running their mouths, and last I knew, you're a 3 billion power alliance. I'm a 43 million power castle. Why don't you kill me? I'm using your logic, but you don't want to argue with your own logic. It's like, well, we can't because you're outskilling us, is what they don't want to say that. Sorry. I camped in the middle of their hive for 5 days. How insulting. And all they did was they turned around and I did it as an insult. I was like, so everybody that logged on in that alliance went, why is he camped in? And they all was like, why are you? Yeah, they all emailed me. Why am I sitting and thinking? I said, because your alliance leader's a little ass. It's like, well, why are you attacking everybody else? Because you play with team jerseys on. As last I saw, you're wearing the same team jersey as that person. You must agree with them. You're following them. Why would I turn around and wait till he knocks me down so that you can steal my RSS? Everybody's seen that situation, right? The one big knocks somebody down, and 15 freaking people from an alliance jump on it to steal every bounce of RSS.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, first of all, I got no RSS to steal. I play at 0. So literally what I'm doing is playing politics when I'm playing at 0. I can sit there and I can go offline for 3 days. I'm not online for 3 days. Pop on and with what I get for free drops and speed ups, throw together one single 50,000 person march. I wasn't even throwing full marches at them. I was only throwing 50,000 marches. And burn your alliance down and then log off for another 3 days. It doesn't cost me anything to be that troll. So if it doesn't cost me anything, then I guess at some point you've got to use your words. Why do you keep pissing me off? I didn't insult you. The number one player in the kingdom jumped down in the corner and zeroed me in the middle of the night because I wasn't in alliance and I was off in the corner. And that person wanted resources. They didn't even care how much I had. That wasn't the point. Whatever I had was theirs. And if you're going to be the number one person in the kingdom, that means if you're the number one on that leaderboard, you're a leader whether you want to be or not. Because new players don't know the difference between your ignorance and your checkbook. Because they're often hand in hand. Go here. Make sure I'm doing this right. Go into, turn that on for a second. I got to switch accounts here, and I don't want to see the email addresses on these accounts.
You'd get spammed.
Oh, I already get spam. I get 28,000 emails a day. That's not something I can avoid anymore. I've been getting more than 20,000 emails a day for almost 15 years. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I own my own servers. Is I would have been shut down and out of business a long time ago if you let the spammers control your freaking who and what you're doing. Code Arms Master. Are we on a new day?
Yeah.
You know what?
As of 37 minutes ago.
Man, I'll tell you, that's one place I would tell you to avoid
The last
coining.
times.
I'll tell you why. You know how expensive. Well, look at this. I could build me an R7, but man, I need 600,000 freaking essence. That ain't free. The you know, so I need that times 3. I don't know what happened if I go to Code Arms. I remove that. If I click dismantle, how much do I get? 253. So I'd still be short. So no,
Yeah,
don't dismantle it.
I just used 53 shooting range coins to upgrade mine. I'm sure this is the third time this has been on this event.
They're dropping the event in the middle of the night. That's a sorry thing. You know, you find it funny that I think the last time we were on there says, whatever happened to that anniversary thing that we got every year?
Yeah.
Where's the 2 blondes telling us that we need how to play the game? They literally brought all that back right after I said so. I am so far in their ego. It's not even funny. I'm like, just cooperate. I'm trying to make the game better for their players. That's what's funny about their statement up there. And somebody who's trying to make it better for the players. The people trying not to make it better for their players is them. They look at their players like a predator looks at prey. How do I squeeze $1 more out of it? I was like, and not once do they ask, how do I get 5 more people to stay in a kingdom and play for free?
Yeah, and that's where a lot of my frustrations come from.
If you just think that way, is like if I looked at how many people joined a kingdom and left a kingdom, I would troubleshoot that one problem because that is a customer satisfaction problem. If people will stay and play for free, then you get your percentage of people who will stay and pay. It's just it's a percentage game. You can't get the free players to stick around because I got distracted by the Big Johnson swallows. You can't get the free players to stick around. Man, am I getting shooting gallery coins out of the freaking?
You should be getting them out of your dailies.
In the Musketeer Fort.
I think they're more frequent now.
The Musketeer Fort gave me one.
Ooh. I haven't noticed that one. I don't really pay much attention, to be honest.
I got
just click the buttons now.
During this event, and I think I still got I got 220 freaking coins left. Better spend it today or I'll forget to log in tomorrow. I always do that. You look through my bag on 362 and there's like 600 of these, 800 of those. Like, oh yeah, there's 500 stats that I didn't buy. All right, so but I don't even think I can buy. So we got shooting gallery. We got, well, damn, I spent like 8 shooting gallery coins yesterday. So I only got 5. Right? Reset, yes. And coat of arms. For the volume on the coat of arms, this needs to be updated. If I need 600,000 for an item that I just bought, or they sell those things for what, $40, $50 a piece. Need 600,000 to activate it. Like, damn guys, you need to get to where see, I wouldn't even get 1/8 of the way through with 5 coins.
No, it's a lot.
It's the shooting gallery and COA material is not a good match right now. Usually the best thing in the shooting gallery is going after this stuff, the crimson gold. Just
Yeah.
one shot.
Also, last 3 seasonal events have not had any Mediterranean rock or whatever the other one is.
Oh,
for
for the
doing
guard.
the guard weapon. So the only place that you can get those at the moment is in the shooting gallery as a free player.
Well, the shooting gallery has always been one of those things that, as a free player, you got to play it. Yeah, always been that way.
Yeah, for sure.
And
It's
always
worth the 99 pence to unlock it, or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, and that's why I don't understand why we're not getting more the Huawei guys. Is you should be at least unlocking your account, putting that transaction in. You might want to spend $5 later. Yeah, everybody tells like, well, you need to go through and buy your dailies, right? So claim. And then I've got a couple of people who've been telling me that they can't get the Huawei to do their subscription. Man, it's not what I did it on 3 different accounts. On the BlueStacks, I did it on the Samsung, and I bought subscription on everything. So all with Huawei. So I can't duplicate the problem that they're having. That's it. It's not even money to fix that stuff, Bill. That's what I don't get. It's digital inventory. The minute you had so many players throwing a fit about the fact that you changed the game in the middle of summer, it's normal to make drastic changes. And we were discussing earlier about what they did is they brought their guard system to duplicate what other games do with character interaction. It's not as graphically pleasing, but it's how the math works.
The same purpose.
Yeah, it's copying other games' platforms on how the math works. So you drastically changed the way that worked in people's eyes. You could have turned around and says, "Here's $400. Go nuts in our store." I guarantee you, everybody would have blown through it really, really fast. And I mean, $400 goes quick. They would have gone through it, but they would have been okay. And some people would have saved it and said, "Well, I'll wait until I see how it works out." But there would have been this appeasement instantly. You're never going to appease the big coiners like, "Well, I spent $5,000 on guards." Who told you to do that shit? But at the end of the day, that's a customer I'm not even trying to keep happy. That's a customer that's generally running my other customers off. In this kingdom, I can go to the leaderboard. Individual power, there you are. There are the people that are running your other players off. Is that what whatever is mentally broken in their head, that they feel the need to control random people they don't know? You've got to build a system so that that's not possible. Yeah, there's not a single person. Well, that's not true. I don't know about Bafal. And Psychotic's at least been reasonable, but anybody I see with a mask icon, and well, Caroline, she's a big castle, right? She went head to head with me. She speaks Spanish. freaking, I danced around her and burned her stuff. She goes, I got 130 million power. You got 30 million. How did you beat me? And she's just one of the players. She's a new player to the game. She's spending money, and no one's teaching her how to play the game. She's
Yeah,
in.
that's
She's
tragic. I see that happening a lot.
and who's not teaching her? Well, it was Nanny. This DMC Nanny was TNT. The DMC is where all the trolls, and some of them were my YouTube trolls too, wound up gathering in the DMC. So
shit sticks.
Yeah.
Attracting each other in the end.
And I've said that back in 533, but I was not saying it publicly. We were saying it with I had the 12 people who had been kinged in other kingdoms. It was like, guys, at the end of the day, the goal is just to get the trolls in one alliance so that we know where they're at and what to do with them.
That's it.
It's we need to stop spending. John, are you spending? Attack anyone, but attacking people who spend just promotes more spending. We need to stop spending. John's on a crusade over here.
The spending element's not going to go anywhere. Even if every single person stopped spending, there would still be in-game spending.
Let me tell you about some stats that I've realized here. All the boycotters who stopped spending went to new kingdoms and changed their names. The number of players in Guns of Glory has not gone down. The amount of money they collected last month did, because the new kingdoms are cheaper to play in than the old kingdoms are. So it
completely.
Doesn't take as much money to play in there. So everybody is translating this loss of revenue as a loss of players, because there's always 5 guys in KC who all know how to play for free, but for some reason have C26s ahead of the guy who's been doing it for 3 years. Like, well, I ain't doing it for free, and I know every freaking tweak to this game that there's possibly be able to tweak. I was looking for the one girl. One girl's been up. There's one girl that was verbal. Where's she at? Well, Lady Tall there. She Lady Tall. She come in there, jumped in the middle of a conversation that she wasn't involved in, and I that's where I got I'm putting my foot down shit. I told her if she speaks in KC again, I will burn her alliance just for her speaking in KC. I literally made her shut up. And I said, that's it. You're not allowed to speak in KC because you didn't know what you were talking about, and you didn't care when you were wrong. When you got proven wrong, you just wanted to keep going. You just wanted somebody to say you won, but you don't want to earn the right of knowing the facts of why you won. It's just a troll. Well, actually, that I label as a grade A drama starter, because she walks in as a woman and picks a side to start shit. And then gets insulted by everything that's said, trying to find people to come to defend her honor. Whatever. Just blow them up. I was like, let me tell you how this works. And that, matter of fact, that DVD, if you watch the video where I did the rally drop day things, I was camping in the middle of their things because they wouldn't shut the fuck up. Like, you know what? You guys want to act like that? I'm just going to turn around and say, you want to go out there and put a shout out? Like, oh, leave quiet. You're the trolls. I don't have to leave. And what they don't see is the mailbox full of people who go, I'm glad somebody's putting a stop to this. That's the problem. Is I've got 5 times as many people that want it stopped, but they don't want to have to turn around and drop half their paycheck to do it, because they in their minds they built up this impossible task that you got to match somebody dollar for dollar. So I tried to demonstrate some of this in 584, that it ain't the money that shuts them up. It just I haven't hit anybody during the 50% event. I don't want to screw somebody over that way. They need to be out doing whatever they can. So it's look, there's 𝗙𝗍. 𝗙𝗍 in 533 ran around despite the fact that he was told not to. Every one of my R4s wanted him kicked out of the fucking alliance because he knew he was a snitching little bitch that was trying to start shit in the background. He decided he knew how everything worked, and he was gonna and I would not listen. And that's the same crap that comes off. And, you know, he's in this kingdom right now doing shit again. I just won't listen. And they have no meaning. I wish a dictionary came with these mouths, because listening does not mean agreeing with. The fact that I listen to one person doesn't mean I don't have to listen to the other 40. And the fact that the other, when I've taken all the information in, my conclusion is you're wrong, that comes from experience. Ran me out of 533. Oh, that's what happened. Oh my gosh. How's 533 doing? It's blew up. The 533 was going to be that first big castle giveaway. Ran me out. Well, let's talk to 𝗙𝗍 about this. 𝗙𝗍, so you conspired against a single player that was going to give a $3,000 castle to help make your kingdom stronger? Did that make you the good person? When you were conspiring, cheating, lying, creating problems? That made you figured it out. Oh my gosh. And see their logic. They don't have me to engage them anymore, so they ran me out. At the end of the day, 𝗙𝗍, I can log back into that account and be burning everybody that is around you. I could be sitting there in a C26 and make it so that anybody that has your tags, just like I did here, regrets ever speaking to you in Alliance chat until they quit the fucking game. That's how you be a troll. What made me the good was not telling people to go kill themselves. Oh, 𝗙𝗍. 𝗙𝗍 is a devoted Black Lives Matter, so that everybody knows. He loves to quote right off the Black Lives Matter's website. Poor 𝗙𝗍. Still need attention. That was the first round of burning I did here. I was like, guys, are you seeking all the TNT Alliance? I stepped on them and I said, look, I'm tired of seeing two people in the same alliance talking to each other and shout. I've had enough of it. You're literally interfering with my game.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
The kingdom shout, just talking back and forth. And
that's the worst.
Oh, that's what started it. And I was still underneath the anonymous tag. They didn't know I was GunMuse yet. And then it's like, I was in their alliance. I said, guys, you're in the same alliance. Could you, I'm in the alliance that they're in the, just stop. And like, they booted me and tried to loot me. I was like, oh, you just fucking pulled the wrong trigger. I swapped my damn tags and just demolished the fucking alliance. I mean, I burned, I had to kill them. This is like week 2. I killed a million.
Kill them.
And everybody's like, why are you killing all these other pigs? Like, you're speaking on their behalf, right? You're going to be an ass. You're going to teach them how to be. I knew what kind of personality I'm talking to. There we go. This ghost girl here, she's very vocal. 𝗙𝗍 was a little fanboy that just really got butthurt that I would not adopt his freaking infantry march for killing the wolf. Yeah. And he's also another person that would tell me he's got all this proof, and then he would share a battle report. I'm like, I don't know what that's proof of. The supposedly some big math wizard, but didn't understand that you got to be able to duplicate it. It was just unreasonable to challenge what he said to be true, because then, and this is where we started in this conversation of, well, I wish a dictionary came with that mouth. You don't listen. No, I don't agree. And all you got to do is show me why I'm wrong. That works.
Yeah, some people just like to dig their heels in.
Yeah, like he's doing now. He forgets that he conspired. And it was on a live. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're gonna swap out of this screen because we don't want to give the trolls any more freaking FaceTime. Beverly McDonald. Why do I know that name? If you want, yesterday was the day to do the Bill Robert to get the coins for the bounties. Buy badges, sell badges. You just selling badges is the best way to get the bounty coins. And then get a team of people that are on at the same time, so that, I'll tell you what we were doing at 533. We were on the team speak. All right, I'm about to start a bounty. And so the 5-6 guys are
done in minutes.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's but everybody that was on the team speak was the ones clicking on the bounty. Do bounties on dailies. In the New Kingdom, when we start, I'm going to decide Tuesday if I'm going to eradicate the 600 number. Well, I know that I'm going to eradicate the 600 number, but I don't know what number I'm going to choose until Tuesday. I'm gonna look at one more spawn rate from Guns of Glory before I decide what number we're gonna do the New Kingdom stuff in. And then the lovely 𝗙𝗍 can come over there because he's a fanboy and follows me all around and tells everybody how bad I am and blah 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 blah. Come spend a couple $1,000, 𝗙𝗍. That's what the New Kingdom's for, is so all you coining trolls can come in there and coin with me. We'll just have a money fight from day one. I normally don't spend because I'm always teaching people how to play in the medium. But the goal in the New Kingdom is going to wind up being $40 a week. That's a respective spend. That is, planning $40 a week is price of a movie that you can't go to right now. Man, I wish my chat box auto scroll, but man, 𝗙𝙤𝙣𝙇 is in. Yeah. That's the thing, right? That's a guy that hates me so much, but he doesn't miss a single live. It's not going to be 600, Biggie. They're spawning too slow. I can't wait until mid-November for 600 to open up, which is somewhere where I think I estimate it now at this rate. I would like to do 592 at this point, and that might be 2 or 3 weeks, and it is what it is. But I want to pre-announce it, which I've never done before, because I want as many people to be warned that the YouTube trolls are coming. That's why all the video influencers are going to want to be in there, just because of the drama you're going to be able to put up there. The number one watch.
Some good content.
Oh my! They do get good views. I look at the guys that spring up out of nowhere. It's always some little troll fight that comes up there. I mean, so the guys that spring up 800-900 videos out of nowhere all the time. The see, right out of every kingdom. How many kingdoms have I been in, 𝗙𝗍? You know and that was one of the things in 584. I had 19 people tell me I was in their other kingdom when I was still hiding under another name. I had 19 people tell me that. And by the way, 𝗙𝗍, that Caroline girl will kick your freaking ass just because. I beat her and she wasn't upset. She just wanted to learn how to play to do it better. That's the way it should be. It's like, how did you beat me? That's the right question. How did you beat me? Can I learn to do that? The 𝗙𝗍 has been in the other two kingdoms that I've done test castles in both times. He is a YouTube troll. He wants to be famous. He just doesn't want to put any work. He's a lazy SOB. Freaking, he knows everything. Hey, 𝗙𝗍, Bubba, right up there in the upper I button. They're paying $20,000. You know so much. $20,000. All you got to do is go in there. There's a form. GOGKingsGroupsGames.com/form. Fill that out.
Subscribe to your fan zone.
Yeah. Go out there, start your YouTube journey, guys. Guns of Glory is paying you $20,000 to take me out. The 3 people. You know where they got that 3 people number from? We were talking about freaking the team effort on the influencers. All of a sudden they understand that the next move forward for influencers is probably going to be teams. But just like with any idea that I've had any corporation try to adopt and run over time, they don't know how to implement the plan they're stealing. They don't understand the idea behind it. There's a lot more than just getting 3 people.
Yeah, sure.
The visual in my head literally is a time wave of when we drop these videos. I'm doing it now. If you notice, the number of views, velocity on my videos have been shooting up on day one. Because I actually have my next 2 videos are already in the queue scheduled. So I've been shooting the videos and disregarding Guns of Glory schedule. I went onto my mass schedule, and now I'm bouncing up with each video drop. This next one that's coming up there is about this event. Instead of running this event live and being first and everybody's wanting to be, screw that. Just use this event to talk about how this event works. That's all I'm doing on that one. And know that I'm going to have to reshoot this video 6 months from now because of YouTube problems. All right, because that's just, YouTube is forcing me to redo content that it should be displaying that's still relevant. The keywords are relevant, the tags, and I don't understand this selling RSS right in the damn Kingdom chat now.
We used to have it quite a lot when we were in New Kingdom, but we don't really have it anymore. Although I get mail like every day from somebody selling resources.
It's
There's a lot of people making a lot of money from that.
Who's we, Alamo? Alamo, are you one of the K362 trolls? I hope everybody that's coming to the New Kingdom does sign up for the thing. Look, at the end of the day, and one of the reasons I'm really hoping for that, guys, I got a lot of firewood I got to buy. Here's one of these side effects of COVID that people that didn't even think of. I didn't even think of it. Just kind of, but no one was allowed out in the national forest. And the guys who cut firewood for the winter, the only people that the national forest can get to come in and cut down trees and clear out fire dangers is the private firewood guys, the small one man shops that cut and chops firewood up and sells it. They weren't allowed in the national forest during COVID. It was shut down, and so for 4 months, firewood didn't get cut, and I'm already looking at a firewood shortage for people. That so when there's a shortage, prices go up. So $200 a cord is now we're looking at almost $440, $450 a cord. And so I got veterans on fixed incomes; they can't afford that. And the worst thing is since the firewood guys are a little late and they're trying to make up ground, the wood they're choosing is not quality wood. There's a difference between oak trees and pine trees. A cord of pine, you will burn through a cord of pine in 4 or 5 days, whereas a cord of oak will take you 6, 7 weeks. And so I got 2 solutions. When I was a kid, we only had up in Kansas. We get 4 foot, 5 foot of snow out in the ground back when I was a kid, and we only had a wood stove, so we spent all summer cutting wood. So I'm familiar with the way that works. And then I right now I've got the price of oil has plummeted, and so we're trying, but I don't have a storage tanker for kerosene. I need freaking almost $340,000, and then I can set up a storage tanker and buy enough kerosene that would be cheaper, and then we can set up kerosene stoves, which would be cheaper than the wood right now. And then that would give us options down the road in the future for how we deal with heating problems. Because it's a lot cheaper. They got these, these little small kerosene stoves. They'll run 8-10 hours on a gallon of kerosene, which is it comes out to about 64 65 cents a day right now if I bought the kerosene up front. But if I wait till winter to buy it, the 64 cents turns into $4.80 plus delivery.
Yeah.
You said my name. What's wrong with you? I don't have any videos. Please stop my America First agenda. Another Joe Biden voter. Joe's hiding in his basement. Then I knew this was going to come up, and this is me getting up late. I've got a Joe Biden commercial that I wanted to play. A little spoof. I've got all the clips of Joe Biden freaking insulting every damn race, color, and creed. And I what I should have done was follow it up with every reporter talking about how Trump's the racist. Well, it's very apparent that Joe Biden's a racist. He hates orange people, the brown people, yellow people. Unless they got a big pile of money, then he loves them. We have bought no name castle pop up in Kingdom 115 every day. Yeah, man, there is a company that spams me trying to get me to put the RSS sales on Rogers Raiders, and I just won't do it. You don't need it.
No, you don't need it.
Guns of Glory is actually somewhat anti-bot, and I'll tell you why. Because if I turn around and go in here and create a macro to make more troops, right? Once it gets through the loop so many times, they'll jump the graphics so that the BlueStack macro will only work so many times. So you get about 30, 40 loops before it'll jerk the picture off skew, and the macro from BlueStacks won't work. All you 584 guys sitting there looking at my 50,000 gold. Went and matched what's her name stat with what I needed to match. I didn't round the account out. Let's see. Yeah, I'm 2,000 on my top stats and then 3,800 on my bottoms. The rest of it we don't care about. I'm running a single march. I don't need to build an entire castle anymore to play this game.
No, you don't.
But as an alliance, having somebody that builds a cavalry heavy castle, so they're building one leg, having them build a cavalry leg so that you can coordinate. Somebody that's going to, so that's going to be part of the new kingdom, is we're going to start talking about how to coordinate as a group. So people are going to have to be on TeamSpeak. I'm going to do a TeamSpeak video because I've never put TeamSpeak on my phone, and I'm going to download TeamSpeak for my phone and put it on there and show everybody how to do it. Because TeamSpeak is clear, it doesn't suck up bandwidth, and you don't have to be able to talk, but you do need to be able to listen. If we're going to coordinate teams in real time, you got to be able to frickin' listen to instructions. We save minutes upon minutes. Yeah, I went a bunch of loops the other day, and the picture's jerking more than it used to. Oh my gosh, yeah. My 3 hours of sleep is catching up. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to do my expeditions. Curiosities. I should actually try and open up my 5 minutes. Yeah, you get them trolls like 𝗙𝗍, you turn around, they don't understand marketing or test castles or any of that stuff. And then what he does, and really where like somebody like 𝗙𝗍, he didn't understand that the only reason he got to be in my alliance for as long as he did is because I was protecting him. Because everybody else wanted to burn his ass out of the kingdom, and they were right. I should have let him burn him.
Everything's good in hindsight.
Yeah, well, it's actually just not my nature to just go out there and destroy people. I'm an advocate that the population at large, worldwide, needs to come to an agreement that digital property is property and not, oh well. That you can't turn around and destroy because you exchange real world money for ones and zeros, and then they say the ones and zeros don't exist. Literally what you've done there is you've created counterfeiting. Counterfeiting is the first act of war. So when we're sitting there bitching about the Chinese turning around collecting all your money, first act of war is to counterfeit. They're taking money from the U.S., they're taking money from the European nations, from Russia, and it's going down this big black hole called China. The money's going one way. China is so one way on their money that the first time, this $60,000 is a leap because you guys have been following me for a long time know I've been begging them for an influencer program for the longest time. I would love to see but I also know that they ran that Tom Sawyer freaking routine in that information button up there, where it's like, well, we'll give you free digital stuff in game if you write us content. I mean, they can't even write their own content, which is where they're at now with the videos. Like, well, we're not. All I asked them for from that studio was placement. I would have done it for free if they'd have given me the placement. They wouldn't give me the placement because the placement would have told me that what I already know, and that is that 100,000 people that go view a video isn't real. That's just that market doesn't exist. They get fewer viewers for days on a video. Videos do not hit on day 3. That's not the way YouTube works. That YouTube does not turn around and you have to. What happens on day 3 when you spike from 2,000 views to 100,000 views is you bought views. Because if it was going to spike, it spikes in hour 4, and it spikes in hour 8, and then it spikes in hour 36. After that, you fall back down into the browse keyword trend. So if you can get them, and here's the thing I've really figured out, if you can time your spikes of promoting your own video during their review of what spiked, you can bump the video out to max audience. But then you know what max audience is. So yeah, you said the 10,000, 20,000 view videos that I got, that's over time. That's over years. The new players going over old content. But new players going over old content, new players will get automatically served my videos the next time they come on YouTube. So that market's not expanding in that genre that way. I got more people over on Rogers Raiders than I got over on YouTube. Which is what this stuff is for. I got my final 5 SSD hard drives. I got 8 SSD hard drives going in the new server.
Jesus.
So I got 24 CPUs, 130 gig of RAM, 8 SSD hard drives. I have 5 network cards, all gig, 5 1 gig network cards, and I will deploy that sometime next month. So Rogers Raiders is going to go down for how long, I don't know, because I am changing software platforms for the first time in over a decade. And nothing ever goes smoothly when I do that crap. So there's also going to be propagation issues. Propagation issues are usually your local ISP. So when I put the new server in, there's going to be a new IP address, and local IPs like to cache IP addresses. You'll go to Rogers Raiders and it just won't work, or you'll click on one of my links and it just won't work. And it's going to be your local ISP. I've seen that last up to 2 months. So I'm going to do this hardware upgrade, and I expect to lose traffic for 2 months. That's one of the reasons I got to get it done before October, and I got to do this Kingdom thing before October, is so that I can mitigate business stuff that I got to get done. So that I can, one of the things that's the reason I'm upgrading the hardware and the software stuff is I'm going to make it so that other influencers can have quality hosting that works, because you've got to be able to do certain scripting to not have Google trash your session time. You can't do that with GoDaddy and these other little $4 a month stuffs. They'll trash your session time, and your session time is important to your growth. So we want to promote more games. I played USC normally, but wanted the 50% attack. What 50% attack are you talking about, Bill Robert? The people don't know what TeamSpeak is anymore. And I'll tell you, that's one of the things where everybody bitches, complains, and about the Chinese, then get off Discord, get offline. They're owned by the Chinese. They literally turned around and created problems in their own product, and then told you that in order to contact them via support, come through our communication device, and created a new communication device standard by creating problems. And they did it across all their brands that they hosted over there, and they wound up taking control of communications. Everything you say in Discord and everything you say in line goes into a database, and a company over there can just search it up like they're searching a search engine. It's a disgrace. You don't hand you can't complain to me about freaking how bad it is as long as you gave up your free speech rights. I wish it was just the game, guys. I really did. I got all these militia groups that just got kicked off Facebook. Well, hell, I'm the GunMuse. I own hardware. This isn't my first fight with communications of people trying to suppress free speech. I was doing it long before China got into the game of ownerships. I turned around and told them, says, okay, guys, I'll give you a freaking server the way you can talk to each other privately. No one can see what's going on. It's like, oh no, we're going to go put it in the Miwok setup. So they went to another Chinese freaking website because somebody over there just decided. I'm like, is the FBI agent that's running your freaking militia group telling you where to put your stuff? I was like, why would you not go to a private and secure server that's, in order for somebody to view your communication, a warrant's got to be issued to a guy that's pro-gun. To view that communication, they can't just come in there and spy. They got to issue me a warrant. That's my property. Self-defeating. And usually it's somebody trying to hijack whatever the group's doing because they got some in the back of their dream schemes of getting lots and lots of communication. But I've been doing this 20 years. You're not going to build me up. You're not going to tear me down. There's a big basic rule in any type of form of advertising communication. They can't break you if they don't make you. If you don't let somebody else, and that's one of those lessons that 𝗙𝗏 learned the hard way. He was being built up by me. Well, then don't screw me over. I'm the guy making you. Don't, that does mean I can just say, you know what? If that's your attitude, I'm going to agree with you in the way you go, and you watch your traffic drop. Now you're throwing your business away. When I brought 𝗙𝗏 onto the system, he didn't have his 1,000 subscribers. He wasn't making money. Then he was. Then he was working harder. He's making more money. I'm not trying to screw any of these other influencers over. I'll help you. But my God, if you're going to treat the real world like this game, like, well, I just got to be nice to you until I get what I want. Not going to get what you want at that point. It's no. I used to chase human beings for a living. I sniff out lowlives. It's just what it is. And I'm not playing nice. So first time ever holding a tower in the Kingdom 366. They made you restart. Restart what? Oh, they would. Who starts those rumors, man? What fucking rumor are you? I think you're a freaking GOG troll there, Thomas. Over there starting rumors. They're gonna wipe out and make you start over on your castles.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna do
They're not going to do that.
It would
That's
cost them too.
well. If anything, they should have learned a lesson. That you cannot disrupt what is normal. Nobody likes change. Even if the change winds up being better. No, I did the same thing. I was already kind of done with the game. And when they come out with this new guard change, 533 was supposed to be the last kingdom I built. I was going to do the castle giveaway, and then that was it. I was done. I wasn't going to do any more of that stuff. At that point, I was going to focus on pushing Creed and other influencers up. And making.
I showed up and disrupted it all.
Well, no. I mean, but actually, you were the next step. I was going to let other people come in there and build those videos up and pull that traffic, but it wasn't you that was disrupting. Like I'll tell you who's that German GOG fighter guy, Tom something.
Tom? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom.
Complete little weasel.
He's helped me a little bit.
Yeah, well, did you see his how to get 7,000 stats in 5 minutes video?
No.
Yeah, because there's not a way to get 7,000 stats in 5 minutes. He is literally spamming freaking keywords in YouTube trying to sell his Amazon thing, and that Amazon is a bunch of crap. You cannot get paid out of that Amazon unless you get your video money up front.
Yeah, well, yes. That's for another conversation.
Yeah, those Amazon. Yeah, it's and my experience with Amazon is I know how many people, because I track the click through to the affiliate that I sent over there, and I know what the percentage of spenders are. And I damn sure know it now through the 𝙭side, because I now see both sides of the stats. The Huawei, we should have been doing it should have expanded to 18 to 2,300 people in the course of 4 weeks, which and here's a nice piece of information. Everybody goes, the average spender spends about $130 a freaking month. That's the average in GOG. For all those free players out there, my gosh, you're not in a realm, but that's where I wanted it to be. The $160 a month should be where that would be my goal as an influencer. If you're spending beyond that, I'm not going to teach you to spend beyond that. I think it's irresponsible.
I haven't spent a penny about 4 months.
I have a funnel of money that goes off into a separate account. I've got a card that is for spending online. Okay, I don't care if it's Amazon, eBay, whatever. The instant gratification card, and I set aside a budget each month, and whether I'm buying stuff in a game or I'm buying something because I just want to buy something, it comes out of that budget, and that is now what I deem to be something that should be appropriate in all households. Is say, here is my entertainment budget, because it's too easy to go click and get free stuff and get stuff to show up at the door. I ordered a trash can the other day. And so it's just because I didn't want to go pick it up.
Well, why not? That's what the internet's for. It's convenience.
Well, now I tell you what's happened during this COVID, and this is one of the things, is the COVID wasn't a big deal, but what it did do was every major box store implemented their curbside service, which means they just eliminated all their internal workings and all their lights and all their stuff. They're now warehouses. They've now optimized their local delivery systems, and they know what the cost structure is going to be to eliminate all the small shops in in the world.
Yeah.
The odds of owning a mom and pop shop is about gone.
Yeah, 100%. Can't have the poor man getting rich.
Yeah, it's we have, we only have about 11,000 people in this town, but about 5 people went out and bought these little $4,000 wooden sheds and the little 8x8 buildings and leased some space on corners and set up their own version of coffee shops. I think there's like 5 of these little coffee shop things that set up. What did our city council do? They gave a great big tax discount to have Starbucks come in. A
company that doesn't pay any taxes.
Yeah, they're not paying taxes. Meanwhile, we had 5 coffee shops. And then what they do, they turned around and said, and not because Starbucks going to do better or pay more sales tax, which is the sales pitch for giving them the free property taxes, because it's an empty building down there. No one stops at the freaking Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 guys are doing better. The next step is going to wind up being harassing those guys in some form, fashion, way. No one can go to a restaurant because apparently you can spread COVID when you're standing up, but you don't spread COVID when you're sitting down. The governor of Washington said that restaurants could open up if they served larger portion of the hors d'oeuvres. So more free hors d'oeuvres was the cure to COVID, according to the Democratic governor of Washington. Just brilliant people out there running this stuff. They're pissed off at Trump right now because the economy numbers are coming back with 7 states still trying to cripple the economy. The 7 biggest, most populous states are still punishing all their businesses. And New Mexico, we're not a big population state, but we got a liberal Democratic governor. No one's allowed to run any business. I am the GOG. I don't disagree with you there, Alamo. I don't want to be. My goal is, look, there is a hole in the influencer market of YouTube. YouTube is taking advantage of the influencers because you create content and they give you this wet dream of, you're going to make all this money. And then guys go out there and they see this 2 million, 3 million views. I had a whole bunch of people in 584 trying to say, well, this guy's got 6 million views. I did a video, guys, out there called Profitable Gaming Influencer, where I opened the stats up on my YouTube account for one of my most the video where I turned around and spent an hour just looking at the new guards. Most boring video ever. And showed how I made $140 doing it. It's everybody, I mean, the comments on that were now like, I can't believe I just spent 30 minutes watching you freaking wander around in your account. Why not? You
did.
Yeah, but I did. And then at the end of it, I pulled open, not Miley Cyrus, but Taylor Swift. I pulled up Taylor Swift's numbers. Taylor Swift makes as much money on YouTube a year as I do. Taylor Swift has millions and millions and millions of views. We come out with the same income. The matter of fact, hold on here. Well, I can't. I don't want to pull that page up on this one. But in my YouTube, it turned around and says, well, your revenue went up this last month, because my revenue went up this last month. And it says, and this is due in part to more high quality advertisers are bidding for your content. The reason more high quality advertisers are bidding for my content is I'm not faking views, I'm not faking subscribers, and I'm not trying to cheat anybody out of their money. I just because at the end of the day, the people who watch for free are the customer base that the advertisers want to talk to. And but they won't.
You're the ones that they want to brainwash.
Well, it's not even that. It's just they won't buy that advertising spot if it's not making them money. If they spend $100 with me, they need to make 101 back, or they don't spend $100 with me. So the fact that we go up in the number of people bidding more and more and more, so there's a bid process on getting an ad on my freaking YouTube channel, and to spend more money per view, it better deliver a conversion. People actually click on the ads. I bought stuff off my freaking YouTube channel. Just because I tried the 𝗙𝘂𝗏 man soap. Smells a little flowery for me. The good old fashioned Dove works just fine.
Man so round.
Yeah. The guard kills must be tied to stats. In Musketeers, my guard kills are always less against higher stat opponents, even though my guards are. You're jumping to a conclusion there, Alan, because a higher stat opponent is somebody who coins higher as well. Which means they probably got their guards a little better along the way. And there's what you can't see on the report is your appointed guards. So your higher stat opponents have appointed guards, and then those little talents are account wide. Remember that those talents work in the march, so they've got more stuff maxed out. That you can't see on the stat report. There's a bunch of stuff that's not on the stat report. John Swift, yep. That video's an hour and a half long, but anybody
that video. I enjoyed it.
Did you learn anything from that video?
Yeah, I learned loads from that video.
That's part of me setting up to try to explain to people is like, look, there's a system to this, but the system is not instant gratification. That's one of the benefits that I have with Rogers Raiders is I've got a powerhouse of traffic that I can throw at new influencers, but if they don't do the foundational work so that they can leave me if they want to, then the minute they get out from underneath me, they're going to feel trapped, because the minute they run away, they're going to die. But it gives a little bit of comfort to get the base built up. You're never. I mean, it's. I don't know how many. What's you get high view velocity during the first 24 hours. You don't get a lot of total views. You look at view velocity.
Yeah, it's dependent. I do. I try not to focus on it though.
You need to.
Yeah, I know. I've got what I like to call longevity videos, which I know a lot of people do, but like they're timeless videos, so they might not rack up the views instantaneously, but a few months down the line, they'll be the videos with the highest amount of views.
Yeah, and
the information will always be relevant. Like my R5 video, for example.
Yeah.
That's something that's always going to be clicked on because there's not much information about the R5 role. 2, because everybody goes to the internet. Like, YouTube is the #1 search engine in the world. Everybody goes there to look for information.
Number 2.
I did. When I was thrown in at R5, I thought, oh my god, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? And the first place I went was YouTube.
YouTube's number 2 search engine.
Oh, sorry, number 2. Yes,
yeah, it's number 2. Google's number 1, but Google feeds YouTube.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so and it's 2 different search engines. It's 2 different philosophies. So how I rank an article up in YouTube and in Google is not how I get the same way that I get a video to rank in YouTube.
Yeah,
but they complement each other. And that's why Rogers Raiders is always like, whenever you look at the stats on my videos, 45 to 50% of the traffic to the video comes from Rogers Raiders. I am my own biggest promoter. And really, I need more people to write content. If we wrote more content, especially when we're starting to branch out new games,
I'll be as of November, I'll be doing the new Assassin's Creed game, Valhalla, on the Xbox. That'll be going to live streams.
Sweet. You're gonna do all three platforms. That'd be definitely one that you'd want to be on Twitch.
So, I'll be doing live stream through Twitch.
Twitch has got a whole bunch of hoops to jump through. So.
Oh, I know.
Here's how I'm jumping through.
Researching it.
So I've been running these lives that are on Twitch only, or on Twitch and Facebook, and because you got to do like 12 lives a month. So when I go on there and I'm just doing shit, I just freaking stream it live. To hell with it. Just to meet their base criteria to get things open. Because that's like starting from scratch.
Oh yeah, completely.
𝗙𝗎𝗪𝙗𝗔. Nothing changed in the game other than the fact that they built the bigger matrix for the guards. And people threw fits because change took place. Absolutely not one thing changed in the interaction of anything. I shouldn't say that. They did change the base stats of troops and eliminated subclasses. So there's no more subclassing.
Yeah. What is the relevance of warbooks now?
Well, there's no relevance to 250 war books, but 30, if depending on what your march is going to be. You want to max out whatever your tier is. If you're sending an all distant march, you're that guy, then you're going to want 10, 10, and whatever your tier is maxed out, and that's about it. After that, you don't need anything else. Man, I'm already bored. I'm on past 17. What was I on? Past 5 when I started? What freaking curiosity did I buy this week? Holy shit.
Literally just go on forever. I had a thing the other day on one of my smaller accounts. I think I abandoned it. I'll do that one next week.
I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'll do this next week. Well, what I was trying to accomplish there was probably accomplished. The speed ups. Yep. Now I can get all my speed ups. So I'm getting max speed ups per day on this account now.
I hoard them. Need to stop buying them, actually. I have too many, if that was ever possible.
I generally have 3,000 or 4,000 laying around. I don't, because and then like
I've got about 9,000-10,000 of each. I need to stop it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's become like a bit of a compulsion. Getting out of hand.
Look at that! I can buy R4. I can buy level 4 gears now. How many days does that cool down? 2 days. That's not bad. So 1 a day. That's not that bad.
It's not too bad, right? I think I'll buy them.
They need to up the artesian materials. It's way too expensive. This crimson gold is stupid. 900 freaking coins for one crimson gold. That was day one stuff, and they never fixed it. No, I would never buy that.
Never bought it. I took one look at it. No,
I won't buy it out of the spirit mines either.
No, me neither. I don't care how rare it is.
I just been buying like silver and iron out of the damn spirit mines. I'm not even buying the.
They put something in that was new, and it's obscenely insane. It might be in the mining loot. It's one of the books, and it's like 500,000 coins.
Scholar Scrolls.
Yes, that's it. What?
I guess if your account's maxed out and you need nothing else, That's what that thinking is. Just give you something to well, I make 800,000 of those a day. Even on this new account. What? I need one of them. Going to go other. Oh, synthesize. I got all kinds of stuff I can be doing. It is Sunday. Should try to get ahead on my damn creation. Oh, yeah, well, how much is this going to cost me? Enhance. Oh, 52 gold. I can pay that. All right. And what else? Did I get any? Guys, the curiosity is, the creation is the key to not coining. This is why I get disappointed in new kingdoms, is anybody that come from an old kingdom and doesn't know that, then they shouldn't be listened to about anything. And I'm skipping by so much chat. R5 rolls full. That's, I agree. The R5 roll is the politician.
Yeah, 100%.
I should be able to go, but the way you do that is with a simple implementation. When somebody contacts the thing, have your R5 contact me. And it was like, why do you do that? And I'm like, because if their R5 is not paying attention to what's going on in their alliance, then I don't give a damn what the R4 thinks.
Yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment, actually.
The minute, because the R4 may have the best intentions in the world, but just cannot take the R5 position away, and that R5 may be using the alliance. So if the R5 cannot turn around and hold a discussion with me, I don't care. And we've also figured out with the TeamSpeak that 5 hours of arguing in Kingdom chat or in PMs or in a room can be solved in 15 minutes, because all these bully people.
Talking.
Yeah, well, no, the bully talk, the bullshitters. Yeah, that crap doesn't take place in Live 101. Every single person who ever threatened in 533 walked into the TeamSpeak and just calmed right the hell down. It's like, why, because at that point you can hear the tone of my voice. I'm not kidding when I say I'm going to do something. I damn sure set the reputation that if I say, hey, I'm going to burn your freaking kingdom, your alliance down if you don't freaking knock your crap off, you better believe that's step 2. And I'm not even going to say I warned you. The fires will be the indication that you've crossed the line. You're supposed to be adults. Yeah, I communicated. I will not tolerate this behavior.
There is a lot of impetulance.
Yeah, I don't. And I tell people, it's like, look, the sex talk, all the other stuff, is like, I don't want it in my alliance because I don't know who you're offending. I don't know who you're running off. And I may want that person to be around that you're offending, and not want the person, and I damn sure don't want the person that's trying to offend people. It's not a dating service. What goes on is none of my business. Just, you have a million options to talk to somebody else somewhere else. That's a public forum. I think in the last one I said, if you walk out to the street corner and drop your pants and start doing helicopters with your penis, why do I need you describing you doing that in Kingdom chat? It's a public forum. We do not allow that.
I've got to say, Freedy's pretty good for that. We don't really have anybody that's much of a dickhead, so our KZ's pretty.
I learned this, that I got hard ass about this. I'm ex-Navy. You're not going to out-curse me. But I learned a long time ago that when we're talking about this being a public forum, that the housewives tend to be the backbone of getting things done, and you piss them off and shit doesn't get done. So letting a 20-year-old come in there and run their freaking mouth, and some woman going, "Oh, I'm all fine with it. I'm not. I don't care if she's fine with it. It's the person that's not speaking up that I care about." Because it's, I know there's 600-700 people watching the KC chat, but only 5 people talking.
Yeah, all the time.
The lurk factor
Even
is
good
huge.
Have that sometimes.
Oh yeah, the lurk factor is huge. They don't want to engage because they don't want to be belittled or whatever.
Yeah.
I
think also sometimes it can get a bit clicky.
Oh, it is.
You'll have the same group of people that generally dominate KC, and other people might not engage because of that.
I'm definitely not clearing it with that. I need some damn crests. I'll lose this real quick. Get a new piece of gear, you gotta try. Yeah. Pink.
I didn't realize that you could speed that up for such a long time. I dread to think how many hours I wasted.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you got the VIP, was it 9 for the?
Yeah.
Yeah, instant. But it will not cast it. Well, it won't cast your heal in a timely fashion. There is definitely advantage to doing it manually. Oh nope, I don't want more. You can get 1 or 2 more levels out of manual. And then there's my crest, guys. That's it.
Bill, what do you mean attributes? As in on the guards? You shouldn't be putting most of it on agility.
Depends on what the skill is that guard's proccing. If that guard is proccing a per round skill, say a bubble or a dodge or something like that, you really want your guard to have enough speed to out time the other guard so that you get more procs per fight. So if you're going more rounds, and you a higher speed guard, you can max out a guard. You can go to level 80 on the guard. You can everything but the stars, right? The stars you got, but you can do everything else for free. So if that's your starter account and you're playing for free, you turn around and throw that speed up in there and get mopping to proc, say, 6 times in a fight instead of 4. Well, you just did 15 to 16%, or you just took 15 to 16% less damage. And then any of those rounds that she dodged, you hit and they didn't. So they're marching. So
I think it's finding a balance though. I started at 50-50 and then I tuned it, paid attention, and tuned them ever so slightly.
I would say
most of them are around 70 recommended, 30 speed.
Yeah, and I knew that when I showed everybody I was doing 20s, that's where a lot of people are going to wind up at being in the 20s to 30s, or I'm going to go right at the 30 or the 40. It's a blind guess whether or not you're going to beat them on speed.
Well, yeah, especially with a, 4 million hit difference on Wolf. God knows what that would translate to, like, during a castle-on-castle attack.
Andrea 2CV, how are you doing? She's actually over on Twitch. You're over there by yourself. There's like no GOG audience on frickin' Twitch, man.
We need to create one.
That's what I'm afraid of doing, to be honest.
70 recommended, Bill. Like, each guard's got a recommend, like, everyone has a...
Oh, she's talking about, like, so if the guard's got a recommended stat, like agility, intel, strength, whatever it is, putting 70 on that and 30 on the speed if it's a proccable guard. If it's not a proccable guard, then you got to consider the combination of other guard that you're putting with it. Okay, so Duke is not a proccable guard. He just does more damage. So I'm using Duke as my second guard. What procs is the first guard. I want him to proc, and that actually matters. So if I go to formation settings, right there, okay, if my guards have the same speed, then this guard, the one on the left, is going to proc first. So if I put a little bit of speed on him, I know he'll always proc first. And the things that he's going to proc, increases guard troop damage. Okay, so he procs he's going to get 16% more guard troop damage, which means that the guard that I chose to go with him is getting more troop damage. All right, so they stack. Your troops have a 45% chance of dealing extra damage. That's a proc at each round. So, but if he's slow, he can proc that Desert Storm, but it could be after the other guards have already gone. So it may activate each round for 45%, but if it doesn't activate before the other three guards, your two and the two on your enemy, proc, then you don't get the bonus. That's one of the things we're going to have to explain in I've got to figure out some way. I can do the math with a pen and paper, but I don't have it in database form yet. So one of the reasons I haven't put up the new calculator, guys, I got to think long term on this stuff. So this stuff's here to stay. And so I'll put up the new guard stuff, but I don't want to go build a new platform that I'm about to tear down and move to a new server. Because like I said, I got new hardware and stuff that all this stuff was planned 14 months ago. Businesses that are the size of mine, we don't do shit last minute. So the server upgrade's been coming for a long time, because there's more on here than just Rogers Raiders. I got lots of other businesses that I still run. Yeah. So uh-oh, here comes my dogs. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh. Yeah. I think we lost Creed there altogether. Dude, what about our treat? Did you get him his pill? Would you please? All right. Did I miss any other Twitch people? In the message, can I do this? Hey, I can actually talk to Twitch directly now. Yeah. Man, I miss 𝙂𝙪𝙣𝙈12. Yeah, you're still there. I'm sorry. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the Twitch. How do you coin to get your ship up? Why would you? You guys need to start thinking in relevant terms. One of the things that they tried to put a stop to was people would come to a new kingdom, they would spend $1,500 and max out their airship on day one. And then that was the last dollar they spent, because the airship increased damages in every way, and you always stayed ahead of everybody on damage, and so the stats didn't really matter as much. they really try to prevent that. From what I saw, coining on that ship is freaking stupid expensive. Well, look at there. Precision parts, 12.5 for $5. The best place to make airship growth. Matter of fact, I'll go do that right now. What else am I going to buy? Coat arms. See, I want to play in the coat arms area, but freaking my gosh. Let me see what the anniversary sale is. Yeah. Well, there's your coining for your stuff right there. 99 cents. Airship. So to go to airship level
User disconnected from your channel.
up. You know what? I'll do that. Celebration. Actually, I have got to. You know what? I'm just not going to build this castle anymore. I'm going to give this castle away. So do that. Let's just buy all the precision parts. That's only 85,000. That's only going to get me a couple levels. So it's expensive. You want a coin right there? You could buy during the 50% events. You could buy coins and. All right. So there's that. That's now maxed. And so I got my last leg to do. All right. Let's go in now. And I actually got build gear. Change. And put my hat on for 20% speed ups. Thank you, Kingdom 17. Oh, AVKs. Wow, that's going. Kingdom 17 is probably one of the most active older kingdoms. If you guys were thinking about going to an older kingdom, oh, you know what? I'll do some shout outs there. I got some people that are actually recruiting for older kingdoms. Matter of fact, I'll just do a separate video for shout out stuff one night. What was I doing? Oh, I did that. Oh, I was building. All right, so woo-hoo. See, this is during this 50% event. It's not costing me any RSS. You know, you build this event for stats. Oh, look at there. That's going to cost me just a little. Not enough to matter. All right, so that's maxed out. This one's going to be a little more expensive. Use. Mm-hmm. You know what? I should check. Make sure I even got my damn build buff on. I do not. Oh, that was a waste, wasn't it? Cake shop. I'm just using the 33%er here. It's under 26, it doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, I just saved a bunch of RSS now. Go ahead and do 2 of them since I wasn't paying attention. Got to get to 26 to unlock Combat 2, right, guys? All right. No need to hurry that one. And there's the other one you need to do. So let's do a lumberyard. All right. 433, yes. Oh. Dark Mystic. There's like hundreds of creeds in the game. You quitting on me there, Turtle? Yeah. Oh, it's late there, isn't it? What time is it? You know, I should be hungry. I haven't eaten today. Man, the reason I was late starting this stream, man, I'd been up for like 40 hours. I couldn't get this migraine to go away for a couple days. And then, of course, I crashed like 3 hours before the stream. I was supposed to get up an hour before the stream started. Let's just try and get 2 hours sleep, and I wound up getting 30 minutes more than I needed. Than I should have, really. All right, so anniversary celebration. All right. I want to show people when they're looking at these events like this. Okay, so we got 60-minute speed ups, 5 of them, and 8-hour speed ups. I'm going to explain something you should have learned in 4th grade. All right, because the math skills is epically poor in my opinion. To determine what the better deal is, I got 3 and 4. You want to find a common denominator that they're divisible by, right? How do you do that? 3 times 4 is 12. I know both numbers are now divisible by 12. So 3 of these is 24 hours. 3 times 8 is 24. But I get 4 of these, but I only get 20 hours. That makes the 8 hours the better deal. There you go. So when you're comparing stuff, now I use the speed ups because that was simple. What I want you to do when you sit down with the pencil and paper and you're trying to get the most out of these events is compare your coins. If I spend X amount of coins, I get 50 stats or 100 stats. And I usually use a per 100 stat comparison. How many coins is it going to cost me to get 100 stats? And then that's how I shop for my deals. Your stats are stats. It doesn't matter where they come from. You want to buy up stuff that's going to add stats to your castle. Maybe not this event, but next event, or maybe even the event after. If you're really free coining, if you're a true free coiner and not a low spender, then I would tell you that every other 50% event is your best bet. So once every 2 months, you're going to go in there and just have all kinds of crap in your bag and just explode and catch up. Yeah. Wonder what the hell. Let me all right. Well, I don't even know. I'm trying to find out what time it is here. Oh, it's 8. I've been up here for 4 hours. I should have ended this a while back. I can't find my window. Man, I didn't get. Should have scheduled a stream. Well, yeah, I think I'll wrap it up. This has been, we're hitting at the 4-hour mark. Although the viewers are high, man, I appreciate you guys sticking around this long. The playback's always bigger because I got people who treat it like a podcast. And I'm gonna try and do it again next Saturday or maybe the Saturday after. I don't know. I'll probably try and do it next Saturday because I am going to make a decision on the Kingdom thing on Tuesday. I just want to see a little more information before I pull that trigger. I really wanted to wait for that nice DEFCON 3. Yes, RogersRaiders.com. I appreciate it. Man, Creep. That is Creep, isn't it? I can't tell. I don't know your other name. I'm going to make a decision on the Kingdom number. Like I said, they're spawning too slow. People aren't shuffling around. No one wants to go to a new Kingdom and deal with the crap you see freaking verbally in there. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Yeah. But the number of people who are waiting to do a Kingdom where I'm present all the time, and I'm just going to stay there and we're going to run all the films. I just want to temper some expectations, guys. I got a job to do, which means that being in the same Kingdom as me is not one-on-one communication. There's going to be more than enough people that are going to be around me to tell you how to build your stuff. Lean on them because they've been trained well. They'll do well. That's just the way it works. I am going to put out some new content stuff. We are going to finish out some math, but I've got to expand the number of influencers who talk about this content ahead of me and not waiting for me to do something and then copy what I say on their channel. I don't mind the people that are starting out, going out there, finding the topics and doing it in their own way. I encourage it. But if you can't carve your own path, you're in the wrong genre. You've got to be the guy out front going through the jungle with a machete, not waiting for me to clear the path for you. I can pull people along all day long, but that doesn't help me to keep pulling other people along. The reason I'm pulling people along is because I want to do this not for just one game, but dozens of games that have a similar cross-platform, like the Marvel X-Men thing. That's a fun game for me. I've engrossed myself. I play it every night now. I live stream it. So Follow me over there on Twitch, guys. I do stream the Marvel stuff almost every day. I am going to put up an alliance over there for the Marvel because I'm enjoying that game right now.